All right, guys, welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you are new. It is my birthday. In case you cannot tell, Mrs. MBG made sure that you guys would know. Not only that it's my birthday, and you can tell she picked out the banner here because it's definitely got a Nintendo Mario feel to it. You know, if it was me, it would just be all blue, PlayStation. But I'm 32. Yes, that's right. I'm 32. And Boss is here. So yeah, Corey, I saw you were. Corey says, "Dare I inquire? Is it Boss's big day?" Boss's birthday is in April, April 14th, I believe, to be exact. So his birthday will be coming up next year. We have some time. He's already next to me begging for treats, but yeah, thank you guys for joining me today. Oh, I'm getting a notification for the audio. I think it's good. I think the audio is good. Thank you for all the birthday wishes, guys. I appreciate that. Where's the cake? We already had a ice cream cake, and it is gone. Yeah. It's also Mrs. MBG's birthday on October 4th, so in just a couple of days. So, this time of the year, it's both of our birthdays, so we kind of celebrated at the same time. We went to go see a movie, Conjuring Last Rites. It was good. We had a good time. And Isley dropped a $5 super chat earlier saying 11,680 days young star child. Is that actually how many days I've been alive? Because that's kind of crazy. Like, it's weird seeing it like that. But Isley, thank you for that. And the Leninator FFC, a member for 26 months, says, "What's up, MBG and everyone?" Well, what is going on, Leninator? Same day as Woke of Wokai? Yeah, absolutely. You like the MGS1 poster, Hanzo? Good, good. Yeah, I like it too. I'm glad you guys also like it. Michael saying I'll have cake again. I actually just had 2 cookies, like big-ass cookies, so... And Metal Gear Ray, speaking of MGS1, Metal Gear Ray comes in and drops 5 membership gifts for you guys. And he says, birthday gifts. Ray, thank you so much for that, buddy. I very much appreciate it. There you go. Oh God, he's gonna mess with those. There's no way Boss thinks those are the treats, dude. All right. See what you did? See what you did? Nope. Nope, not yet. Ray just dropped 5. Corey, it's still not letting you? Damn, bro. I'm sorry, boss. Corey wants to. He wants to, but it's not letting him. It's the thought that counts, though. Corey's done the heavy lifting for boss for a very long time. And Lady K comes in and drops a single member gift for you guys. So Ray drops 5, Lady K drops 1, and that brings us up to 6. And yeah, guys, if you want to drop support today, feel free to do so. I'm kind of doing something a little bit different today. I'm kind of just going to be running down different and random topics pertaining to, well, mostly PlayStation games or games that'll be available on PlayStation, but also just other gaming topics as well. And I also just wanted to kind of reminisce a little bit today, maybe later on, or, just randomly throughout the stream, reminisce about some, some classic gaming moments, some of our favorite games, the history of PlayStation. Sony's still celebrating their 30th anniversary. Michael says, like the video, you heathens. Yeah, guys, hit the like button. We're sitting at 28 likes. See if we can bump that up. Definitely helps. Tomorrow, I was thinking about talking about Ghost of Yote today, but I figured, tomorrow's the day before launch, so we'll just we'll talk about it tomorrow. We'll dedicate tomorrow's stream to kind of hyping up Ghost of Yote. Tarnish, you're feeling good today? Well, that's good. That's good. Boss, dude, chill. Chill, man. This guy. Resi7T, welcome to the family, son. Yeah, I've had this t-shirt for a long time. It kind of doesn't fit me anymore, though. Like, I feel like I'm, like, exploding out of it. you know, because I'm just that jacked, that ripped, you know. So it's just, you know, it's the way it is with most of my shirts. The shirt, I believe, is a large. No, there's no way the shirt's a large, dude. It's got to be like a medium or something. I've had it for a long time. I enjoyed Resident Evil 7. Yeah, I enjoyed Resident Evil 7. We actually probably will be talking a little bit about Resident Evil 9 today. You got Clone Boss. It's Clone. Hold on. Boss, you've been cloned. Look. Look at it. He's like, who's this? Who the F is that guy? You go, man. It's all you. Well, I'm done. I was trying to put it on his tail, see if he would like wear it, I guess. Don't eat it. Boss looks so cool. You enjoyed 7 and 8 and 2 and 4 remake are your favorite? Um I mean the thing I'm waiting to see with Resident Evil 9 is the combat, dude. Um we've heard rumors that the combat is going to be somewhat similar to like The Last of Us Part 2, like a little bit more brutal and grounded. Um and that's definitely different from, I don't know, I guess what I would have expected. So we'll have to see. I know, dude. Every time I put him over there, he just comes back. I didn't really enjoy Resident Evil 8 that much. Yeah. I was like hyped for it going into it, but then I was like, it wasn't bad, but it didn't click the way I'd hoped. Oh, and Luna's here right on time, ready to get weird again. Code Veronica. Apparently, Code Veronica is getting remade. Luna, don't make Boss jump like that. He just dug his claws into me. Thank you guys who were joining in. Thank you for the birthday wishes. I appreciate that, Dwayne. Laz, appreciate it, bud. Only 32, making me feel old. I'm 37. You're saying you're 37, you'll be 48 in January? I know you meant to type 38. Did I get any Metal Gear Solid goodies? Well, I did buy this new MGS1 poster to hang up. So I guess that was kind of like a little birthday gift to myself. Resident Evil Outbreak remake. I don't know how we haven't gotten that yet. Or just something regarding Resident Evil Outbreak. What we're getting with Resident Evil 9 is the closest thing to like Resident Evil Outbreak because they have Alyssa in it. And you're playing as her daughter. And that was a character that was featured in Resident Evil Outbreak 1 and 2. So maybe there's hope. SDO, thank you for that. Yeah, apparently, not Konami, Capcom is remaking Resident Evil 0 alongside Code Veronica, but I think the bigger team is working on the Code Veronica remake. Like the Code Veronica one's going to be the one that, I don't know, I guess is positioned as like what Resident Evil 2 remake was. Oh boy. Luna's at it again. This is Mrs. MBG's favorite part of the stream. So in case you guys can't see, I think you can. She's behind the PlayStation sign. Never know what's going to happen with these two. Yeah, I saw that, Irfan. She did like a tour. She got a tour of Kojima Productions. Okay, Boss is just being really weird. Microsoft Flight Simulator looks much better on the PS5 Pro than the Series X and may feature the ultra quality cloud rendering like the PC version. That would be kind of crazy, Tarnished. Yeah, that would be fascinating. That would be very fascinating if that's how that plays out. Okay. How do I like the way Capcom is showcasing RE9 so far? It's a little bit stressful because you can tell they're hiding stuff, dude. You could tell they decided that for the first half, seemingly, of their marketing cycle, it's just going to focus on literally the first level of the game and the new character, and that's it. But I think I don't know that they made a mistake. I don't think they made a mistake, but they're trying to save like the big shocking reveal. They're trying to save that for, I would imagine at this point, the Game Awards, but it's like leaking out more and more. I mean, they're like dancing around it. You know what I mean? They're constantly being asked about Leon. I have a couple things there. The official Mark, thank you for that, buddy. Low key, thank you for the birthday wishes, buddy. Um, yeah, I got you, Dwayne. I mean, if you remember when they revealed Resident Evil 9, they just like came out at the game, or not the Game Awards. It was it Gamescom? I think it was Gamescom, right? And they're like, "Oh, yeah, we're celebrating the 30th anniversary. Peace." And everybody was like really disappointed because they're like, "Where's the Resident Evil 9 reveal?" And then they
For the
came back
birthday,
at the very
you can
end.
keep YouTube's change.
Let's see. Hold on. Oh shit. Yo, Rich Rod. Rich Rod just dropped a $100 direct donation and he says, "For the birthday, you can keep YouTube's change." Damn, Rich Rod comes in with the birthday surprise. Dude, thank you so much for that, Rich. You probably dropped over $100 over time with your with your normal messages that you put on the direct donations. But it says Rich Rod most deaf, so unless somebody's trying to impersonate him. But thank you so much for that, buddy. That's very kind of you. Yeah, you guys can always utilize that direct donation link. It definitely helps. Anybody who wants to support, I prefer you do what you're most comfortable with. If you want to do super chats, or you want to use the direct donation, or you want to do memberships, whatever it is, it all helps. So thank you so much for that, Rich. And that was his thank you for me playing his AI songs. Yeah, we'll see what else he comes up with. He's keeping it low key today. He's keeping it chill. Boss is like just looking at the ground like, "Hello, darkness, my old friend." Astro, you're saying there's a lot of players on PS4 still, can't leave them behind. Well, apparently one of the biggest things Sony's going to try to achieve with the PlayStation 6 is like, hey, anybody who's still on PS4, it's time to go. It's time to go. But I'm going to laugh when you see... No, boss, okay. I'm going to laugh when you still see PS4 games getting announced during the beginning of the PlayStation 6 generation. Boss, I am warning you, dude. I'm watching you. Butcher, thank you for that. Thank you. Hopefully a birthday AI song. Perhaps. Not the bongo. Dude, yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of serious, Michael, about buying a bongo or something along those lines. And I'm going to make it a dedicated segment. And like people who just want to hear about gaming are like, "Oh my God, dude, please stop. Like, don't do any more." I find it so funny how Luna is like, I don't know if she's in competition with Boss at this point, but she's definitely following in his footsteps. She never used to show up like this, and now she is like getting comfortable with, oh, every time I start up a stream, she comes in and she's like, yeah, I'm here too. You think she's better than Boss? Boss, you're going to get replaced. Mini Tom, thank you for that, buddy. Thank you. I appreciate that. They do not get along. But Luna's not afraid of Boss, mostly. Like, Boss will growl and hiss, and she's just like, I don't care. If Boss, like, jumps towards her, though, she'll definitely run. And Isley comes in. Isley comes in and drops another member gift for you guys. By the way, just a reminder to all my members and anybody who is lucky enough to receive a membership gift, we are going to be bringing Morning with the Misses back. We're going to be starting this Friday. Digital Dude, thank you, man. Yeah, I know I'm getting old, bro. I'm getting old. My hair's going gray and white, and whatever hair's left, I should say. But yeah, if you are somebody who tuned into previous episodes of Morning with the Misses, we're going to be doing another episode this. I can't promise that I could do it every single week, but we'll try to do it at least a couple times a month. Bring that back as some members content. I know people really enjoyed that. Mrs. MBG missed it as well. She's excited to hang out with some of you guys and chat. So yeah, keep that in mind. If you are not a channel member, consider becoming one or renewing your membership, or maybe you receive a gift. Thank you to everybody joining, wishing me a happy birthday. I really appreciate it. You guys are very kind. There was somebody in here earlier. I forget who it was, but they said it was their birthday today too. Main thing is being at 100 and healthy, mentally and physically. Yeah, I'm trying. We're trying, We're trying our best. Isley, let me add your membership gift to the counter here. The official mark, you're saying you're 48. I'm a kiddo. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess it's weird because, like, I feel older than I am. But when I think about it, I'm like, yeah, 32 isn't that old. It's like not that old. For a lot of people, that is still young. There are a lot of people who would love to be 32 again. So I'm trying to like view it through that lens in a way. It's like I still have some youthfulness, still have a bit of my youth, perhaps. Why am I doing that manually? Doesn't the software, I saw that there was a big update of some kind, like an AI update for the Streamlabs software that I use, and maybe I'll look into it. But it's apparently like some kind of assistant, so it might actually be incredibly useful. But I'm just kind of set in my ways a little bit. You know what I mean?
I will get cooking on the AI songs in the next video. I want to put more spice into it. You feel?
Dude, look at Luna's head in the corner. Oh, man, she is. Boss is not. Dude, do you see Boss? He's not liking this. He's like, don't take my spot. Don't think about it. Don't even think about it. She's thinking about it. She's going to do it. Dude, wait, Michael. There's no way. Michael, there's no way. Did Michael just expose himself? Yo, how deep does this run, Michael? Like, does this run so deep that, like, you've been Rich Rod this whole time? Is that how deep this runs? I was a little bit suspicious of the name. Rich Rod, most definitely. I'm like, well, don't eat that.
Happy birthday, MBG.
You'll get sick.
What you playing, ATM? Started Silent Hill F. I'm really enjoying it. I don't get the hate from some of the SH elitists. It's a great fresh new talk.
Sean, before I answer that, Rich Rod most definitely, aka actually Michael Werniff, says, I will get cooking on the AI songs in the next video. I want to put more spice into it. You feel? I think I would have picked up on that one, though, Michael. I think I would have definitely suspected that doesn't sound like Rich Rod. Yeah, wait till Rich Rod finds out about this. That's so funny. So, Michael, I guess I should be thanking you for the previous donation. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. And Sean, thank you for the birthday wishes. Right now, I'm actually not really. I mean, I've been playing a little bit of Skate, and I was trying to decide if I wanted to play Silent Hill, but because there's just like one more day left until Yote, I was just like, I'm just gonna wait. Don't eat that. Don't eat that, Luna. I just decided that I'm gonna probably play Silent Hill F at a later time. Okay. And so my plan for right now, Sean, in terms of what I'm gonna play, is Ghost of Yote, and then about a week later, Battlefield 6. And I think like a week and a half after that, Plants vs. Zombies Remastered comes out, which I'm a huge Plants vs. Zombies fan. I'm going to get addicted to that. So those will probably be my 3 games that are in rotation for the month of October. And depending on where I am by the end of October, I do want to get around to playing Silent Hill F. And I want to play Chronos at some point. I've heard good things about that. And then I got to kind of like map out November and December and see what else is coming. But for now, I'm hoping I'll be able to juggle those 3 games throughout October because I want to, I like to take my time with games. I saw that, yeah, Battlefield 6, they revealed their first season, the roadmap for it. And Broccoli Rob with the $2 chat says, Happy birthday, Mr. and Mrs. MBG. Can I borrow $1? Don't worry. Rich Rod most definitely has your back, Broccoli Rob. Rich Rod most def will gladly drop $1 for you, bro. Mark, yeah, I am getting Yote. I know that some people are still not aware of that. I still get people like specifically on Twitter that are asking me. And yeah, I'm going to be getting Yote. I'm still going to support the game and support, what they cooked. Because it does look good. But, okay, hold on. Boss. Come on, you got to get down. You're knocking stuff over. You got to get down. Sorry. Yo, Luna has completely taken over. Holy shit. She really doesn't have any fear anymore. She's like, I am the alpha. Look, oh my God, look at her. She gets so scared. Her ears are going down, dude. Well, I don't know that I said she's not scared. I don't know that it's fear, but it's like readiness. Like she's ready to go at it. Her ears are going down. She's ready to defend if necessary. Sheesh. Oh, you think some people are asking it as a way to troll?
Broccoli emoji. Broccoli emoji.
Isley, thank you for the broccoli emojis. That's clearly for Broccoli Rob. See, Isley's got you, Broccoli Rob. Yeah, you could be right, Tarnished. I don't know. It's funny because like people will hold on to other, and it's not. I'm not talking about the official Mark. I see him around here. I think he just genuinely didn't know. But I see some of these people. They're on like Twitter. They're asking me questions, and it's like, bro, come on. Like I don't want to be like rude to them because I know some people don't know, but I kind of do want to tell them like you should just watch the channel. Just try to tune in. and get some answers. But I know it's difficult. I don't expect anybody to be able, to watch all the streams. Certainly not. It's a lot of content. It's a lot of hours. It's a lot of dedication. But thank you to anybody who does. I'm sorry. It's just so funny watching Luna. Like, this is just a whole new thing now that she just started. I know, but she's so paranoid because she knows, she can feel it. She knows she's not supposed to be up there. And Boss is like
Happy
lurking
birthday,
underneath.
boss man.
Pushing Polygons with a $20 super chat. Wishing me a happy birthday. Pushing Polygons, bro. Thank you for that. Thank you so much. Boss man. Boss jumps up on my lap to remind you, no. MBG is not the boss. All right, let's can you guys get along? Okay. Hold on. It's okay. I'm okay. I might be able to get Boss to talk. Hold on. No. Can you guys hear him? He's like, "Stop. Don't do it." It's crazy to me that Luna's not scared though. I do think Boss is more scared of Luna than she is of him. You can't believe Luna took Boss's place. Boss just looked like a statue, bro. Did nothing. He finally got the good God soundbite after getting further. LOL, what a scene. That's awesome, MVP Moss. I love that you were hearing that soundbite and didn't know what it was. And I imagine finding out what that soundbite was attached to was pretty glorious. Yeah. I don't know. She's like making Boss really uncomfortable. Boss, meow into the mic. Okay. Boss just straight up yelled into the mic. Well, there you go. She left. I'm sure she'll be back. EA is dead. MBG, thoughts on the acquisition? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's one of these things where, like, truthfully, I don't like people. The one thing I saw that could be problematic, at least like very quickly, is apparently EA is like $20 billion in debt. And this is leading to immediate assumptions that's, it's going to lead to like job cuts and stuff. And I saw that one of the things that EA leveraged to kind of convince them to be, to be purchased for that asking price is, using AI and kind of replacing certain aspects of their game development with it. And, it's just like, I don't know. It would have been better to just see EA, I guess, kind of stay as they were. But yeah, I'm not. To be honest, my expectations for EA have not been high. Like, I don't play the sports games. I am excited. I mean, I'm a little bit worried about Battlefield, I guess, but I don't know. I mean, I'll still buy Battlefield and, I want to support DICE. I feel like, they're still trying to make their comeback with that. Is this a Mario stream? I knew I wasn't the only one. It looks Nintendo themed. The happy birthday banner. It looks Nintendo themed. They have oil money. They're beyond rich. Oh, hold on. What is this email from YouTube? Okay. Huh. Sorry. I just got an email from YouTube. Nothing serious. Just, I guess, let me know about some kind of feature, some kind of collaboration feature. I don't know. We're moving towards AI, man. It's going to happen everywhere, not just gaming. No, I agree. I think it's futile. EA Sports, it's in the Middle East. Yeah, I saw that joke going around like in so many places. I don't know, man. I never like hated EA the same way that some people hate EA. I've never had like a serious problem with them, like to the point where I'm like, I can't stand them. But I also never really cared that much either, which maybe is why. I don't know. I've enjoyed quite a few EA games over the years, like over my time gaming. I think the Battlefield series is probably the biggest one. I used to play Madden back in the day. It's been like well over a decade since I played Madden, though. I mean, I played some of the Star Wars games that they made. I'm sure if I were to like really look back, I'm sure there's actually a ton of EA games I played. But I mean, more like modern day EA. I mean, I said I like Plants vs Zombies, so that's a big series I like. I know Mrs. MBG really likes The Sims. It's like one of her favorite game franchises. So actually, the more I think about it, yeah, there's Dead Space. EA has been responsible for a lot, actually. We hate and can't stand EA. Then again, we're all excited for EA stuff. I mean, it's one of these things where I imagine quite a bit will change, but it's similar to like when Microsoft acquired Activision, where it's like, things are going to change, but you don't know how immediate it's going to be and how how rapidly that change is going to take place. And if it's like, yeah, 1 year from now, they're going to look completely different or operate completely differently. I will say though, there is probably going to be a lot of layoffs, a lot of trimming, if you will. We did see that with Activision getting acquired. I mean, I think it's clearly going to happen with EA. I think the question is, will it be as bad? I mean, Microsoft was ruthless. Microsoft, especially with their last round of layoffs, like they were just like, yeah, we're not playing games anymore. And they're not trying to save face, I guess is what I'm trying to say. This could be worse. Maybe it won't be as bad, but it's the nature of consolidation, I suppose. EA has these seesaw moments where they've been great, and then years later they've been shit. Yeah, it's felt like that with EA over the years. I mean, I remember like during the PlayStation 2 era, like if we're talking about like reminiscing a little bit, I remember like I saw, I was like looking over a list of like PS2 games, and some of the Lord of the Rings games popped up, and I saw that there's a new Lord of the Rings game apparently in the works that's going to compete with Hogwarts Legacy. It's going to be on like that level of quality. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I remember playing the Lord of the Rings games like based on the movies, and they were pretty damn good. The second one in particular was like really good. And Shadow Link, a member for 20 months, says, happy birthday, MBG. I haven't been around much, but here's my B-Day contribution. Well, Shadow Link, thank you so much, buddy. Yeah, I appreciate when you're able to come around, man. I know that a lot of you guys would like to tune into more streams and watch more content, but, life can get busy, and that's why I always try to make sure to thank everybody for any time that they spend here. And Shadow Link, dude, when you said here's my contribution, I thought you were talking about your milestone chat. He just came in and dropped 50 membership gifts for you guys. Shadow Link. Damn, bro. We got Shadow Link coming in out of nowhere, dropping 50 member gifts.
Holy shit.
He's got that 50 bomb train going. Yo, where's Silent Spartan? He's got to follow it up. That's what's so funny about Shadowlink and Silent Spartan is they both, I think both of your names start with X underscore, right? Or X's in the front and back. Shadowlink, dude, thank you so much for that, man. That's incredibly kind and incredibly generous. Well, damn. Listen, if you are in the chat right now, if you're in the stream and you just got gifted a membership from Shadowlink, like I said, this Friday we're going to be doing Morning with the Misses, so be sure to check that out. It's a little bit different from the normal content we do. I think it's good for members content. It's me and my wife. We hang out, we talk with you guys, and it's usually a pretty good time. And we will have more members gameplay streams coming up, and we'll be doing more members content going into October. So yeah, make sure you take advantage of that gifted membership. And if you end up enjoying the content or you enjoy being a channel member, consider renewing it when the free month is up to help continue support. But yeah, Shadowlink, once again, man. I'm just going to give you all the sound bites, bro. Well, there you go. I'm going to be doing some reps on my birthday. So with Shadowlink's 50 bomb, that brings us to 57 members, guys. So thank you. Thank you so much. That's a type of support that allows me to continue to do what I do here. And yeah, I didn't give my normal spiel at the beginning. But okay, boss, it's time to feed the beast, guys. Boss is stressing me so bad.
Boss, do you read me? It's time to feed the beast.
Come on. He's literally biting my DualSense. Like, dude. There you go, man. Happy birthday, I guess. It's not your birthday, but there you go. That's thanks to Shadowlink and everybody else who dropped member gifts. Oh, yeah, Irfan, thanks for reminding me. I'll play that at the end when we do the reps. And Luna's here, too. But yeah, I just wanted, before we proceed, you see Shadowlink coming in, dropping massive support, and other people continue to drop support. I'm able to continue to run this channel the way I do. We'll be doing more videos, obviously, going into October. The news cycle's been a little bit slow, a little bit weird lately. I don't know what's going on with it. But, I'm able to make the videos, do these streams, do the members content, and do this as frequently as I do because you guys make it possible. We are totally fan funded. I don't do sponsorships. I get sponsorship offers all the time, pretty much constantly. But I don't pursue it because we don't need to. And I prefer it that way. I think a lot of people prefer it that way. And, I don't want to do it unless it's absolutely necessary. And you guys have been continuing to show such solid support that likely we don't have to. So I really appreciate it, guys. I do. Monster Matt's asking, what's my favorite PS5 game? It's a good question. I'd have to really ponder that one. There's been a lot of good ones. I'll get back to that. I'll try to think about it. Shellink says, heck yeah, no problem. Also, I told you when I had more available, I'd be back. That's true. That's true. You pulled a Terminator 1 on me, bro. I'll be back. Shadowlink just comes crashing through, bro. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. Michael says he's lying. I sponsor him. Well, technically, you guys are the sponsors of the channel. Michael Wernath is a sponsor, indeed. Not Rich Rod, though. If anything, I am like low-key sponsoring Rich Rod by playing so many of his songs. Official Mark, you got to go. Well, thank you, man. I do appreciate that. Thank you for stopping by. And yeah, tomorrow it'll be October 1st. We'll be kicking off October with Ghost of Yote. And Raven X0 comes in and keeps the member train going, drops another 5 member gifts for you, and gets us over the 60 mark. Brings us up to 62 members. Raven, thank you for that, bud. And so, yeah, we may end up hitting that 75 goal. We hit 75 yesterday, which is amazing. We may do it again today. We'll see. We'll see. So, Raven, good stuff, man. Here we go.
This is an incredibly exciting time for PlayStation.
Herman's here to hype us up. MBG is still 21. Happy birthday. Thank you, Monster. I wish I was 21. Well, I don't know. Part of me wishes I was 21, but at the same time, I'm like, I think I'm a little bit wiser now. A little bit wiser. Just a little bit. Are you ready? It's your turn. Come on. Boss just immediately leaves. He's like, I'm out of here, bro. It's like, I've had enough. Yeah, you've had enough? Cat, man. Tell you. We say in my family 21 today. We do it for every birthday. Oh, okay. Unless you are 21. 75 members and you do Kegels on stream? I'm doing them all the time. No, there's no membership goal for that. That's happening all throughout every stream. Yo, hold on though. Before we talk more gaming, I don't know why, Adama the Dragon, but you just reminded me. I was waiting for the super chat to play. I guess it's going to be a little bit delayed. I watched this movie last night with Mrs. MBG. It's a movie called Friendship. Somebody here has to have seen this movie with Tim Robinson and Paul Rudd. Come on. Please don't tell me I'm the only one here who's seen this movie. Adama, you got to watch it, man. It's so funny. It's such a fascinating movie. It really is. It's an intriguing movie. The name is a red flag. And Michael Wernick. Michael, he sponsors me, Wernick. Comes in, drops another 10 membership gifts for you guys. Definitely. Michael, definitely not Rich Rod Wernick, comes in and drops 10 more member gifts for you guys and gets us, I think, over the goal here, which I actually forgot to update. So I think we just passed 75 members, guys. W's in the chat for Shadowlink, for Michael, for Raven, for Ray, everybody who dropped membership gifts, Isley, Lady K. Really appreciate it, guys. Incredible. Thank you. Really. Shadowlink says triple anus member train, W triple anus member train. He's using the right emojis. He may not be able to be here all the time, but he makes good use of them. I'm trying to see. Oh my God, you're telling me nobody here. Okay, so somebody here has to have seen the movie. And actually, hold on. We're at my bad. We're at 72 members. I miscounted there because my goal was up to date. So we're at 72 members, guys. We're 3 away from hitting a third goal. So thank you for that. Somebody here has to have seen this movie. Easy Tone with a super chat says, happy birthday. Well, thank you for that. He says, now that we're only 2 days out, where has the Yote hype meter landed? I guess if we're doing like a hype meter rating it out of 10, I'd say mine is at a solid 8 right now. 8, 9 perhaps. One of the things that has actually got me even more excited for the game and maybe bumped it up to a 9. It was already very high, but I think what bumps it up to a 9 is hearing that the story is really good. I already suspected the world would be great, the gameplay would be great, but I'm hearing the story is really, really good. And also graphically, there have been some comparisons, and it seems like there's actually a much more substantial uplift graphically.
Now that we're only 2 days out, where has the Yote hype meter landed?
Yeah, it seems like there's been a much more substantial uplift in the graphics for Ghost of Yote compared to like Tsushima. I saw a comparison to Assassin's Creed Shadows from earlier this year, and it seems like Sucker Punch actually did a lot more than we realized. MBG, so I've been watching some feel-good content lately and missed the streams, so once I saw that it was your B-Day, I decided on a 50 bomb before I joined in. LOL, love you, bro. Well, Shadowlink, thank you so much, man. That's incredibly kind. Yeah, you were here not that long ago dropping big support, and you came back. You're a man of your word. You said you'd be back, and here you are. So I really do appreciate it, bro. Thank you. The Lady Snowblood influence. Garrett, you're at a 10. Yeah, I'm curious to see. I forget who was talking to me about this yesterday. I think a few people brought up like if the intro of Yote will be able to match the intro of Tsushima, because Tsushima had such a strong opening. It was just like incredibly strong. Um, and yeah, I've read at least one review that talks about that without spoiling anything, but says like, "Oh, Irfan, it was you? Okay." I thought it was, and they're like, "Yeah, the intro of Yote is apparently, um, it's apparently like just as good, if not in some ways even better. Like it just like kicks off and really gets you locked in. So I am excited. I am very excited. I feel that it's unfortunate that there had to be some negativity surrounding this game, but I feel like the dust has settled. The clouds are mostly gone, or the clear skies mostly, and everything that I'm seeing now, and that like I'm trying to avoid spoilers, of course, and I've been avoiding like the trophy list and stuff. But everything I've seen, it's like, yeah, okay. Um, I've heard multiple people who played this game saying this is the best game Sucker Punch ever made. So that's another thing that's got me pretty stoked. The hate on Yote graphics was absurd at the beginning, but now they're realizing it's much more grand. Yeah, I will say I think that there was something going on, maybe. Like, I don't know if they were showing like much earlier builds of the game. That's not uncommon. When they show trailers and gameplay
Big
segments
happy
or
birthday to my good
state of
brother
play
MVG.
stuff,
Let them blessings rain down upon you and the family.
Moonshot, thank you for that. Moonshot comes in with a direct donation, aka Josh, and appreciate the birthday wishes, man. Yeah, I appreciate that too. It's been a rough year. It's been a tough year, I think, for a lot of people, and had some things going on in the family that it's weird because for as difficult as the year has been, it's been time's been flying. Like I can't believe it's already my birthday, like it's another year, another year. Hellbound, thank you for that, buddy. Appreciate the birthday wishes. Yeah, Irfan, I don't know what was going on with the trailers and the state of play. Like graphically, it did look like there was something going on, or it didn't look bad. I mean, you're saying they were bad. I didn't think it looked bad, but it didn't look like I couldn't identify anything that made it obvious that like this is a step above Tsushima. And so when people were bringing that up, I'm like, yeah, I kind of get what you're saying. It still looks really good because Tsushima looks really good. But now that we've seen the full blown like 4K 60 FPS digital analysis, digital foundry analysis, and the comparisons, it's like, oh wait, yeah, okay. The final build of the game is looking substantially better than any of the builds we've seen in the marketing. So I don't know if that was just a kind of, maybe it was just what was going on with Sucker Punch, where it's like that was the final thing they had to bring together towards the end of their development cycle. But it looks incredible. I'm actually quite surprised. Even Digital Foundry was surprised with what they saw, and they were especially surprised that the game offers ray tracing, and they didn't say a word about having ray tracing. So I'm like, yeah, this is good. This is really good, actually. People were even starting to get nervous that the game wasn't going to support the PS5 Pro properly. And I think people were getting nervous about that because Sucker Punch said that they were going to talk about it, and then they like never did. So I guess that they just left it for Digital Foundry and anybody who does these analysis videos to kind of surprise reveal that here you go. They have a full-blown ray tracing mode, and they have a mode that's exclusive to the PS5 Pro. You've seen nothing from the media. You want to go in blind?
I'm so behind in games and still playing DS2. Won't be able to get to Yote for a few weeks. Tried Dying Light and that's very good. 2026 a banger too. Melting face emoji.
Yeah, man. Moonshot, I feel you. I do have Dying Light installed, and I was going to play it. One of my viewers actually, kindly enough, I was disappointed when I found out that there was no Dying Light physical version, but one of my viewers was kind enough, they just like sent me the code and were like, here you go, man. And I was like, oh, cool. And I'm going to play that as well. I've been hearing really good things about Dying. I've been hearing that Dying Light: The Beast is actually the best Dying Light game so far, which is crazy because it was supposed to be like DLC originally, and they're like, let's just make a full blown game. I have that installed. I just haven't booted it up yet because I'm afraid. I'm afraid I'm going to boot it up. I'm going to start getting into it, and I'm going to be like, I gotta move now to Yote, and then I'll, I want to go in. I don't know. As I get older, man, I just like to commit to games. I'm like, if I start this game, I'm going to finish it. I'm going to stick with it. It's very rare at this point that I just completely fall for games. It does happen sometimes though, but I don't like it when it happens. It really bothers me. But yeah, man, 2026 is, I don't even want to think about it. I'm going to be honest. It's overwhelming. 2026 is looking crazy. It's going to be so good. I cannot wait for GTA 6, dude. They put out a less optimized gameplay demo, and when it releases, it's even better. These journalists should know better. Yeah, you would think. Shadowlink. What concerns me even more are people, like, there's a lot of people who pay close attention to this stuff, and a lot of people still don't know that. A lot of people don't know that, like, dude, when they're showing these builds, when they're showing trailers of these games and demos and stated plays, these are, these are earlier builds of the game. And sometimes the developers do state that, like they do let people know that, like, it's going to look even better. But I think that they just kind of stopped saying that because a lot of people, like, it draws like unnecessary negative attention to it, or a lot of people look at it as like, you're just, you're just bullshitting or whatever. But yeah, it's pretty common, And Masochist Mode comes in and drops a $30 direct donation. Wow, you guys are really going ham today with the donations. Masochist Mode, bro, thank you for dropping a $30 direct dono. Really appreciate that. We got memberships flowing, we got direct donations flowing. Thank you so much. Really, I know I sound like a broken record saying I appreciate it, but again, you guys make it possible. You guys are supporting me, my family, the community, and now look, now we got a Super Mario Happy Birthday banner. Am I signaling to you guys that starting in October I'm converting to Nintendo and I'm gonna become a Nintendo channel? Maybe. Let you guys decide for yourselves. Christmas came early, bro. Gotta adjust myself here. Everything feels like it's coming early this year because time's just moving that fast. It's weird because it's so much of it has been a struggle, but they say, like, when it feels like time is moving fast, that's a good thing. It means you're having a good time. So, hold on, where am I at here? Mr. B, you're saying GTA 6 release date May 26th is the same day Ray Liotta passed away, which I think is intentional to honor his Vice City performance since GTA 6 is in Vice City / Miami. So I think the release date is locked. I actually didn't know that. I mean, I know that Ray Liotta passed away. I didn't know that was the actual date of his passing. Yeah, that does seem kind of intentional, actually. I remember when Ray Liotta passed away, I think Rockstar put out like a big tribute post to him. And yeah, I mean, dude, talking about reminiscing, we were talking yesterday about the nostalgia factor for GTA 6 or just GTA in general, where, like, I think somebody left a super chat and they were saying how they are not sure if GTA 6 will be able to live up to the hype for them because their nostalgia, like when they look back to games like San Andreas or even like Vice City, it's so strong. And I totally understand that because I remember one of the things that I put the PS2 in my thumbnail, and the reason I put that there was because I think for a lot of people, a lot of gamers, the PS2 is like the console. That is the console, right? That is the console that they probably spent the most time with, or they had the most amount of memories, playing games on. And for me, I remember being over my cousin's, and he had a PlayStation 2 before I did. and I probably told you guys this story a couple of times, but it's just worth reiterating, especially given that we just got a Metal Gear remake and then GTA is coming out next year. And I remember like the first game I saw him playing on it was Metal Gear Solid 2, and I was like blown away because I was at the time still playing on PlayStation 1. And, I didn't, I probably saw PS2s in like GameStops or whatever, but I never actually like saw it in person, like on a bigger screen TV. And, you know, I just remember walking into his living room and he was playing Metal Gear Solid 2, and I was just like enthralled with it. I'm like, I can't believe what I'm looking at. This is so sick. And it was like a splinter in my mind at that point where I was like, I need this game and I need a PlayStation 2. But, after that, I would continue to visit my cousin, and he was playing GTA 3, GTA 3 and GTA Vice City. And obviously I was like too young to be playing these games, and so was he actually. But we were playing them, and he was showing them to me, and I was just, yeah. By that point, I was like freaking out because I'm like, dude, the PS1 sucks. Like when I saw these games running on the PS2, and I saw, I got to play them myself, I'm like, I need a PlayStation 2. So I basically like harassed my parents for one. And I'll never forget the day I think I went to GameStop to get my PS2. And I remember my mom took me, and I can't remember if we traded stuff. We probably did trade some stuff in because I can't remember having a PS1 after I got my PS2. So I don't know if maybe we traded our PS1 in. Um, I think the PS2 was what, like, I was a little bit late to it. It came out in 2000. I think I got it in 2002. So I think I was about 2 years late to it. And the first game I got for it was Vice City. And it's funny because, like, I don't think my mother was even remotely aware, which I think a lot of parents probably weren't at that time, of like how mature these games actually were. Because they're, the video games, not that serious. They're harmless, right? Um, but the guy at the counter was like, "This is a rated M game, ma'am. Like, are you sure are you okay with this?" And I remember being like, "It's fine. You get like, I need this game. It's fine. This is the one, Alex was playing. Get the game." And she did, and I'm glad she did. And I got I remember I even got the strategy guide for it. And I just remember like I hooked it up to my like old ass, was like 21-inch CRT TV, and I was just sitting there on the bed. You get the loading screen boot up, you hear the music, the intro starts. I got the strategy guide next to me. And I just remember thinking like, this is it. Like I just remember like having this kind of feeling of like, man, it doesn't get better than this. And in a way, it kind of didn't. It did obviously, but you know what I'm saying, where it's like that was like the moment. That was the first like next gen moment. Yeah, here comes the feeling, bro. So like when we talk about the excitement for like the PlayStation 6 and going into next gen, and we just talk about next gen leaps in general, like that was, looking back on it, that was by far the biggest next gen leap I experienced. I didn't realize it then, but now I see it looking back that, dude, you just went from playing, I mean, what was probably the last PS1 game I was playing? Maybe something like Medal of Honor, or like Spider-Man PS1 or something like that, which is a great game. It was great games. But I went from playing stuff like that on my PlayStation 1 to just having a PS2 and playing GTA Vice City. And it's like, holy shit. Like this is it. Like that's like the biggest next gen moment I've experienced. And I think that maybe this is part of the reason I have so much hype for GTA 6, because GTA 6, I know we talked a lot about it yesterday, but it's just hard not to talk about it knowing it's getting closer. I don't know if GTA 6 will replicate. I'm curious to see if it does. Maybe it's asking too much. Maybe it's not possible. There was nothing like GTA Vice City, even remotely, on the PlayStation 1. So not only did I see the massive leap in graphics and just the idea of an open world, but just everything about it, it's like, this is literally not possible. In all regards, this product you are playing, this video game you are playing, is not possible on the PlayStation 1. Dude, Tarnished, my cousin, loved that game too. And it's so funny because I never got into wrestling. deeply, but I was always kind of like attached to it because of so many of my friends and my cousins were into it. And that's another game. When I would go over my cousins, he would be playing SmackDown Here Comes the Pain on PS2, and he would just torment me on it, dude. He would just torture me the whole time, and he thought it was the funniest shit ever. I thought it was funny too. And then he would show, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, Johnny, here, take this," and then he'd like smash me across the face with a sledgehammer or something. I'd be like, "Cool, like this game's sick. This is next gen." Do I remember the Atari consoles? I never really played. I the when I think back as far as I can, all I can really remember is being over. I assume it was a friend's house. It was maybe like a friend from school or something. And I remember my mom took me over to their house and he was playing, I think he had an SNES, and he was playing some Star Wars game. I think it was Empire Strikes Back. Is that a thing? Was there an SNES game for Star Wars Empire Strikes Back? And I remember he was like playing the Hoth level or something, and he was trying to get me to play it, and I just like wasn't. I was so young. I must have been like, not. I don't think I was. I was like 4 years old, maybe. Super Star Wars, is that what? That had to have been the game then. And I remember because I distinctly remember being intrigued by what I was seeing on the screen. I'm like, oh, that's like it caught my attention. But then when it came time for me to like play it, I was like, I think he had this kid had like a bunch of toys in his room, and I was like more interested in the toys than the game. Um, and that's like, you know, that's me trying to think back as far as I can. Like, is there something that came before that for me? Maybe there could be, but if so, I can't remember. Um, I remember what year would this have been? I think around the same time that I got my PlayStation 1, because I think I got my PlayStation 1 in like 1998, if I can recall. Well, hold on. Not maybe 99 actually. Yeah, that makes I'm always trying to figure out the timeline, and I tried asking my mother about this and she can't remember either. I'm trying to figure out the timeline of like when did I get my PS1? Because I know I got the PS2 in 2002. I do know that. And I think it was for my birthday in 2002, if I had to assume. So it was like late 2002. Actually, hold on. I'm trying to figure out my timelines here. So Vice City released, what was the release date of Vice City? No, see, my fucking timeline is off. Dude, this is going to drive me nuts. Did I get my PS2 for Christmas then? But no, that doesn't make sense because I wouldn't have walked into GameStop on Christmas. I would definitely remember that. I tried asking my mom about this, but she can't remember either. So GTA Vice City came out October 27, 2002. So there's no way I got my PS2 that year. Because I'm fairly certain I got it for my birthday. It was like, that was my big birthday gift. So that's why my mother took me to GameStop. But the timeline doesn't add up because it came out almost like a month after my birthday. So I'm starting to think, is it possible that I didn't get a PS2 till 2003? That has to be it. But I find it hard to believe. I just wish my memory wasn't so shit. I find it hard to believe that I was playing on a PS1 for the entirety of like 2003. Because if I got a PS2 in 2003, I think it would have had to have been on my birthday. I don't think there's an occasion that would have occurred before that. Unless the one thing I could be getting messed up here with my memory is maybe I didn't get it for my birthday. Maybe it was just it was just the time was right. I harassed my parents long enough and they were like, fine, we'll get you a PlayStation 2. Or maybe it was on sale or something. Or maybe there was like a price drop. Well, that's the thing I remember. No, I don't think it would have been an Easter gift. I remember the first game I got was GTA Vice City. And getting it in 2003 makes more sense because I think I actually, speaking of EA, I think I remember trying to get Madden 2003 that year. Or I guess it would have been Madden 2004, right? That was the one with Michael Vick on the cover, right? Yo, Bruce Lee was your first game? I'm gonna try to ask my mother again. She can't remember. I can't remember. See, that's concerning to me. Like, I don't know what's more concerning, the fact that I can't remember or that she can't remember. Can't ask my father. He's not around anymore. But he probably wouldn't remember either. Damn. I should have documented this stuff. But I do have some of these memories, and one of the things I do remember is when I first booted up that PlayStation 2, man. I was just blown away. Yeah, well, that's the thing. MGS3, I was there day one for that. There were a lot of games in 2005. Like, I remember the Star Wars. Here's another one, Star Wars Battlefront. Let me see. When did this release? Star Wars Battlefront 1 for the PS2. It says a 2004 game. Okay. Yeah, I remember getting Star Wars Battlefront 1. I remember getting Star Wars Battlefront 2. Actually, now I kind of want to look at PS2 2003 game releases. Let me see. Enter the Matrix. Holy shit, bro. That's one I remember. Oh, yeah. So it's starting to come back to me. I remember Enter the Matrix was one of the most disappointing video games I ever played. And the reason being is because at that time, my hype levels for The Matrix was at an all-time high. I remember, so let's see, The Matrix 1 came out in 1999. The first time I saw The Matrix 1 was, I forget, somebody's house, but they rented the movie from Blockbuster. So I don't know how late I was to watching The Matrix 1, but I just remember like being so stoked for The Matrix 2 and 3. And I think I like had my mom take me to the theaters. I think she was into the movie somewhat too. She was like Keanu Reeves. I remember seeing The Matrix 2 and 3 in the theater. And then I remember the Enter the Matrix game I was so stoked for. And then I found out you didn't play as Neo. And I'm like, what? I was straight up offended. Do Enter the Matrix Let's Play. I would do a Matrix Path of Neo Let's Play. That was the game, bro. Dude, that was the game. Oh my God, no way. Dude, Tony Hawk's Underground came out in 2003? I hate, dude. I need to get hypnotized or something. I forget what they call it. Regressive memories or something like that. Cuz I'm telling you, like, I can't remember these things clearly. Like, some of these things I can, like, I remember Tony Hawk's Underground, by far like one of the best games ever. I was so enthralled with that game. Madden NFL 2004, Enter the Matrix. Actually, that's when the first Call of Duty came out too. I played that. Dude, I played all these fucking games. So 2000, Ratchet and Clank Going Commando. I played that. I just can't believe all these games came out the same year. Because in my mind, my mind is like fractured, man. Like in my mind, I feel like these games were years apart. But in reality, it's like, no, dude, you played probably all these in the same year. Maybe some of these I was a little bit late to. I didn't realize they all came out the same year. Yeah, I remember playing the first 3 Ratchet games. I went back. I don't think I had a PS2 when Ratchet and Clank 1 came out. I remember specifically wanting to go back and play that. Need for Speed Most Wanted. For you, it was Final Fantasy X. That was the game. Thank you for the birthday wishes. You thought the first Call of Duty was PC only till 360 and PS3. No, if I recall, Call of Duty 1 did make its way to PlayStation 2. And I remember, see, this is why when I tell you guys, like, I'm a Call of Duty OG, I'm not kidding. Like, I've been playing Call of Duty since the first Call of Duty. And I remember specifically playing that Call of Duty, and I got to a tank level, and I was really fickle being young playing games. I got to this level with the tank, and I got pissed off. I'm like, I'm not playing this anymore. Like, I'm done. Like, I just couldn't, I was struggling with it, and I couldn't get past it. I'm like, I'm moving on to something else. Back then, I definitely did not persist with games when I ran into struggle. I would always just move on. The PSP was your first PlayStation? That's interesting. Ratchet and Clank was your first game ever, and it's still your favorite franchise to this day. Yeah, I do have a love for Ratchet and Clank. I do remember. I think if memory serves, I think is Going Commando the second or third one. Ratchet and Clank Going Commando, known as Ratchet and Clank 2, Locked and Loaded in Australia. I'm pretty sure this was the first one I played. Yeah, okay, so that makes more sense. I remember this being the first Ratchet and Clank I played, and I'm like, dude, this game is awesome. But then I found out that it was a sequel, and I was like, oh, there's a first one. So I remember asking my parents to get me the first one, and then I played that, and then I played the second one. Or maybe I played the second one, and then I went back and played the first. But then I remember being hyped for the third one, which, what year did that come out? Was the third one Up Your Arsenal? Right? It reviewed really, wow. See, I didn't even know I was playing a banger. Dude, I had no idea. Back in 2003, I'm playing Ratchet and Clank Going Commando, and apparently it's like at a 90 or something on Metacritic. I'm like, I was playing a bang. I was playing bangers. I was playing PlayStation bangers back then too. Didn't even know it. See, the third one is Up Your Arsenal. Yeah, and I remember being stoked for that one. That one, see, the memories are slowly coming back to me. I specifically remember asking for that game for Christmas because I remember Christmas was coming, and I would basically make a list for Santa, and that list would be mostly like PS2 games. Like, I remember I went on, I think maybe it was like GameSpot or something, and I would go on like the upcoming releases. So I was even engaged with the internet back then, but like just not very much. But I remember like going through all the upcoming releases, and I remember there was like a Rugrats game or something. I'm like, yo, I'm writing that down. Like, I want that Rugrats game. I want that one. Ratchet and Clank, Up Your Arsenal. I want that. So there's like some level of, there's like, yeah, deep levels of nostalgia here. Damn. And Lady Gamer comes in and renews her membership. Lady Gamer, thank you so much for that. That actually brings us up to 73 members on the day here. So we're 2 away from hitting the 75 mark, which is crazy. So thank you guys so much. So just asked Copilot MBG, Call of Duty on PS2, finest hour, not Call of Duty 1 in 2004. Hold on. Okay. See, this is, let me see. Call of Duty is a 2003 first-person shooter game. Oh, excuse me. I'm on the Wikipedia now. Oh, wait, you're right. No, you're right. Platforms, Windows, N-Gage, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360. Well, then, so that's the one I played then. Finest Hour, I guess? I know it wasn't I did play Call of Duty 2, but I don't think that was the first Call of Duty game I played. I remember playing one before that. Yo, this reviewed really well too. Holy shit. Got a 91 on Metacritic. Let me see. Finest Hour. Oh, yeah. Yep. That's the one. No, you're right. That's the one that came out a year later. Call of Duty Finest Hour, PS2. I recognized the box art immediately. So is this not the first call? Now I'm confused. Why is it called Finest Hour? Call of Duty Finest Hour is a 2004 first-person video game developed by Spark Unlimited. Although it's based on the original Call of Duty for Microsoft Windows, it has a different storyline and acts as a side story of the main game. Oh, okay. Well, I had no idea then. I had no idea. Yep, that box art, dude. Call of Duty Finest Hour. So that's my first Call of Duty, 2004. See, I guess that's an easy one to get confused with, though, because I didn't realize that wasn't the first Call of Duty. I didn't even realize it was like a spin-off of the first one. Let's see what other games we can find here. Got a bunch of... Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Hold on. I want to see if I can... Hopefully it lets me bring some images up. It's probably going to give me a hard time, though. I just was on Reddit and I saw this picture. Of course, it's not going to let me bring it up. Damn it. Oh, wait, no, it is. It is. Hold on. I found this picture, and it was just like a bunch of games from, although it's a little cut off, from 2003. And it's so funny to me, dude. Because, like, I look at this, I'm like, there's a handful of these games that I played. Crash Nitro Kart, that from Blockbuster, man. Sean, thank you for the happy birthday. You started with Call of Duty 2. Those were the good old days. Yeah. Dude, SpongeBob. Listen, so what if it was 2003? Maybe I got some of these. See, I can't remember if I would have gotten a game. I think in 2004, I was in like fourth grade or something, and I was obsessed with SpongeBob, dude. I was obsessed with SpongeBob. Yeah, Silent Hill's on here. At this time, though, I wasn't really paying attention to Silent Hill. I was I guess too young to really understand what I was looking at. It wasn't until a little bit later on. But this SpongeBob game, bro, I was so hyped for it. I remember asking for it. Can't remember if I was disappointed with it or not. Interestingly, I did not play Max Payne 2, but I did play Max Payne 1, and I don't remember when. I don't remember how. I didn't play the entirety of it, though. Dude, Kill Switch. I remember seeing that. Devil May Cry 2. Bro, oh my god. Devil May Cry 2. I had that. I remember I got Devil May Cry 2. And I had this really bad problem looking back on it. Where like I just got these games and I didn't finish them, dude. Like Devil May Cry 2 was a game that I got and I'm like, this is awesome. And then I just never beat it. Shems, you're saying, what the FMBG? My 20 bomb was charged. Nothing on your side. Uh-oh. Well, here's what's going to happen, Shems. One of two things, because people have I don't know why this occurs. You might, God, it's such a pain in the ass. You might have to call your bank because sometimes when people go to donate, it'll say it's charged, but it didn't actually go through because the bank basically stops it or something. So one of two things. But damn, that's so Shems has been waiting all year. Who did this to Shems? Who would do this? Who was the last person that had this problem? It wasn't that long ago. There was somebody who dropped member gifts and they never went through. But they said that they were charged. And I asked them what happened and they said they ended up just getting automatically refunded. And then I think then they were able to sort it out and then they dropped. So I don't know. Damn, that's so fucking annoying. I wish I could do, that's the problem with this is YouTube doesn't let me do anything. I can't do anything. It doesn't tell me, like Shems, I had no idea you even dropped anything. YouTube is poop. Yeah, I mean, Corey was in here too, and he was saying he was trying to drop member gifts, and it just wasn't letting him. Shems, if it already took the money out, yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's so weird. How much does it cost? Well, he said he tried to drop 20 member gifts, which I believe is equivalent. That's like $100. So what I think probably happened, because I think Shems was doing it as like a birthday drop, because I don't think he does it. He drops gifts occasionally. Since it's a larger amount, his bank may have. That does happen to people. Like it recognizes like an abnormal amount of money just being charged at one time, and so it'll just kind of like stop it. But yeah, dude, that's. I hate it when I see that happen to people because it's such a disappointment for them, for me, where it's like, bro, well, they're trying to just donate and give some money to support the channel, and the money's being taken, but it's like not being given. I don't know. It's just like stuck somewhere. I'm sorry, Shems. I hope you're able to figure it out. But rest assured, if the memberships don't go through, you will get refunded. That is that's on your bank at that point. They will put it back. Gaming Survivor says, happy birthday, MBG. May your cake have more layers than a Kojima plot and your day run smoother than a PS5 SSD. Thank you, Gaming Survivor. Appreciate you stopping by, bro. You stocked up on that WD-40? You better be. God knows I am. Yeah, I think Shems is probably trying to figure out what's going on. Miku fan, you're saying it still doesn't let me. Have to go to the bank in person, I guess. Shadowlink, you're saying, MBG, it happened to me, and it was a 50 bomb, and I wasn't refunded. Then, when did that happen, Shadowlink? That was on this channel? I remember you dropped 50 previously, like outside of today. Check out some Black Ops 7 streams. Oh, wait, yeah, they have the event, don't they? Hold on, actually. I just wish there was something I could do. I won't forget, Irfan. Well, I will forget, actually. Make sure you remind me one more time. Let me see. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, apparently Shems tried to drop 20 member gifts and it didn't go through. Yeah. But it like charged him. I have no idea why. I have no idea what causes that. But Shems uses his milestone chat, member for 28 months. Thank you, buddy, saying, so sorry, MBG was going to drop 32. Happy birthday anyways, buddy. Well, I really appreciate that, Shems. You know what they say, it's the thought that counts. I mean, obviously that would help tremendously, but it's like, you know, if there's something going wrong, whether it's with YouTube or the bank, you know, there's not much that can be done. But I really appreciate it, Shems. And yeah, I think you've been doing, I don't know how long it's been you've been doing it for, but every September you come and you drop some support. So I do appreciate it, man. It was a few back. You couldn't do anything. The app glitches. And I was still charged, so I sent another. Yo, dude, that's nuts. Shadowlink. Yo, I wonder if YouTube's just being shady. I mean, no, that'd be illegal. They get in a shit ton of trouble. Well, Shems, maybe you can update me today or in the coming days if you're able to. Let me know what goes on with that situation, because I would be curious to know. I wish YouTube could do something about it or give us some kind of info or just give us some kind of recourse, you know? Typically, it'll show up as a charge on the statement, but it will bounce back after a few working days. That's, from my understanding, that's usually, what happens. But I have no idea what stops it from going through. That's what's strange to me. I have no, because if it's the bank being like, no, we're just going to put a hold on it, like we're going to stop it, it usually just doesn't let it go through at all. Like it won't take the money from your account. It'll kind of like freeze your account. So the idea of like it takes your money and it goes far enough where it goes through, it takes your money, but it just doesn't come through on my end. I don't know what's going on there. That's very strange. But just go to Kick. I don't know. Guys, hold on. I'll be right back. Hold on. All right. Sorry about that, guys. And as I was gone, Hellbound, he comes in. He's like, I got to check to see if mine's still working, bro. He drops 5 more membership gifts for you guys. He gets us over the 75 mark and brings us up to 78. So, Hellbound.
Simply put, it's the most powerful console we've ever built.
There you go. I'll give you a Mark Cerny. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've given you a Mark Cerny. I'm always giving you the Arnold. Crazy Arnold. Yeah, let me add that to the goal here. Well, yeah, I appreciate everybody who's I appreciate everybody who is able to support, and I also appreciate those who are trying to support. And YouTube won't let them. I appreciate it. It's the thought that counts. Oh, there he is, Shems. He comes in with a single gift. YouTube has allowed it. YouTube says, we will grant you a single gift. Well, there we go. I guess it's showing that it's working to some degree. Anyway. Shems, thank you for that, buddy. I'm glad to see that at least something could go through. That brings us to 79. 79. Jack, you're saying Michael Pachter saying in his show that Sony is, quote, Sony's a terrible company, and they actually are blowing it in the games business. Look, games are moving to connected TV, end quote. You're not doing 32 singles. Nah, Shems, you need to do 32 singles. Pull a digital dude. No, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was like maybe it'll let you do a 5 bomb. I don't know. It's your money, Shems. I don't want you. I'm not going to tell anybody what to do with their money, you know. But hey, whatever YouTube will allow, I'll take it, bro. I appreciate it. There was that one time that digital dude almost did 50 singles or something like that. He tortured me. Something wrong with that guy. But I still appreciate it. I don't know. Why would Michael Pachter say that? Sony's a terrible company. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Sony's not perfect. They got some issues, but all corporations are kind of terrible. I mean, I don't know if I agree with that though. You're saying he said they're blowing it in the games business. I think blowing it really. I don't. They seem to be doing pretty well. See, I feel like this is kind of like the conversation I have sometimes with people where I put out a tweet today where I was saying that, like, I was saying Hideaki Nishino, the CEO of, Sony Interactive Entertainment, he revealed that the PS5 is their most successful console ever, as we approach the 5-year mark, and they made like $136 billion. And I was just like highlighting how all that money was made with a home console, like the actual hardware at the center of it. Just basically highlighting how, what we talked about yesterday, how important the console actually is with what they do. And, I got this like interesting response from somebody. It wasn't like a snarky response or anything, but it was interesting nonetheless. Let me see if I can find it here. This person says, they're more successful mostly because they make a lot more money with BS that didn't exist in previous generations at all, or to this extent. He says, I'm always confused seeing PlayStation gamers celebrate this. Take a look at the financial report and see where most of that money comes from. And I responded by saying, I mean, I can agree that some of it is BS. That's just the truth of it. Some of it is BS. But overall, there's more games to choose from than ever before, and there's more ways to play. So I think while there is some BS, there's also a lot of good too. I do feel that way. I do feel that it's a good time to game, like it's a good time to be a gamer, and Schmidt GT comes in. Schmidt, thank you so much. He drops another single and he brings us to 80, so he sets somebody up. If somebody wants to drop the 20, it would have been Shems, but YouTube said no. There we go. 80 members, guys. Thank you so much for that. Oh, wait, hold on. I missed 5. I'm sorry. How did I miss that? Gord. We're at 85, actually. Gord came in and dropped a 5 bomb, and I completely missed it. So, Gord, thank you for that. Let's see. I'll give Schmidt. Give him that. And here we go. Gord, this is for you, bro. Good God. 85 members. Thank you guys so much. We are so we're 15 away, man. We might be able to hit the 100 mark today. Miku fan, yes. I understood that reference. What? Oh, yeah. And there we go. And Shems does it. Wait, Shems, did it work? I can't tell. Is it delayed? Or did you just have to do it again, bro? He did it. Shems came through. He dropped the 20 bomb on you guys. And then Zombie Dragon comes in and drops 5 membership gifts as well. You guys just obliterated. That's 25 more member gifts. We just blew right past the 100 mark.
Holy shit.
Dude, that's crazy. Shems, thank you so much, man. I'm glad to see that it was able to actually work. Because you've been hyping that up. You've been hyping that up, man. Like, can't wait for your birthday, bro. Shems, thank you so much for the 20 memberships. Zombie Dragon, thank you for the 5. And just like that, guys, we are just killing it now. We're at 110 members on the day. So once again, this will be a good time to, remind everybody. Morning with the Misses this Friday. I'll put the stream out ahead of time. I know not everybody's going to be able to tune in live, but it's been a while since we did a Morning with the Misses, so hope you guys will be able to tune in for that. And we'll have more members content coming in October, of course. We'll be doing some more members lounges. We'll be doing some more members gameplay. Mrs. MBG says, thanks everyone for showing birthday love. She says, I deserve it. Well, thank you. Thank you, guys. This is a great birthday. This is a very successful birthday stream. Thank you, guys. Really. I have to say, you know, I was anticipating that some people would come in and show some support. Was not expecting to get over 100 members. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for that. I don't deserve you guys. What is Mrs. MBG's favorite game? She's got a couple. She's playing maybe she'll talk about it maybe on Morning with the Missus, but she's been playing this it's kind of like an Animal Crossing not spin-off but like game. It's like a Hello Kitty game that's basically Animal Crossing but with Hello Kitty characters. And she's been playing it on the PS5. She's trying to get the platinum. And Shems comes in and he drops another 10 on you guys. Shems is like, I'm going to go for the 32, bro. I'm going for the 32. He's dropping 32 member gifts to celebrate me being 32 years old. That's crazy, dude. I think we're at, Shems, I think that's 31, right? You could keep it at 31. You don't have to drop any more, Shems. You can if you want. But Tarnished is pumped. Tarnished is pumped. Screaming, yes! Yes! Got a membership gift there. Oh. Yeah, Tarnished, you were getting upset because you were possibly going to miss Morning with the Misses. And then you got gifted with the last 10 that Shems dropped. That's awesome. Good stuff. Good stuff. Love to see it. You have underwear that old, Robert? God damn. Well, there we go. We're now at 120 members. You guys are wrecking it today. Seriously, thank you. That's incredible. Good stuff. Good stuff. It's always cool to see people get excited when they get gifted a membership. Yeah, it's all good, Shems. That's more than enough. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. I'm glad you were able to pull through. It's like, I've been waiting all year for this. I'm not going to let YouTube stop me now. Sorry, I said PS5 game news, and I feel like I haven't really... Well, here we go. I'll be true to my word. I'll give you a piece of news for a PS5 game. Exclusive leak from Insider Gaming. A new Lord of the Rings game is in development. A brand new Lord of the Rings game is in development and has been for some time. Sources close to the game tell Insider Gaming that a new title is set to be at least partially funded by the Abu Dhabi Investment Office. The funding should roughly equate to $100 million, give or take. The deal has been in the works since last year, and while not signed yet due to a number of moving parts, it's said to be made official soon and could happen as early as next week. Regarding current funding of the game's development, it has been funded internally. As far as what the game will be, sources didn't want to say much. What was said, however, is that it will be a third-person action game that is designed in a way to compete, and this is in quotes, compete with Hogwarts Legacy. So, when contacted for a statement, When contacted for a statement, Embracer says that a general rule, we do not comment on rumors or speculation. Revenge, one studio said to be involved with the game, also declined to comment on, quote, rumor and speculation. So, this kind of came out of nowhere. I don't know if we have any Lord of the Rings fans here. I did say earlier that, speaking of PlayStation 2 games, one of the best PS2 like movie tie-in games that I remember playing was Lord of the Rings: The Twin Towers. That game was sick, and I loved it. I'm not a massive Lord of the Rings fan, but I do like Lord of the Rings. So what's most interesting to me about this is the idea that this game, this Lord of the Rings game, it's a single-player game, it's going to be a third-person action game, is set to compete with Hogwarts Legacy. MVP Moss, did you send a milestone? Hold on, let me see, buddy. I'm sorry. I think it... Oh, there it is. My bad, dude. I'm sorry about that. It got pushed back a little bit. MVP Moss, a member for 3 months, says, hyped for Yote. I just pre-ordered last night, but more hype for Intergalactic. I know we are getting gameplay at the Game Awards. Game of the Year incoming. So I take it that you're hyped, MVP Moss. Yeah, the hype for Yote, I'd say, is pretty high. I'm starting to see people getting really excited for it. Intergalactic's going to be a more interesting one. You think we're going to get gameplay at the Game Awards? I think it's possible. I think it's certainly possible. The reveal happened at the Game Awards last year. I could see Naughty Dog returning and being like, you know what, Jeff, we're going to give you a gameplay trailer too. I have speculated, though, MVP Moss, that Sony, or Naughty Dog, I should say, Naughty Dog could decide that they want to give Jeff Keighley the reveal for their second game this year. So last year they revealed Intergalactic. This year the reveal will be the second Naughty Dog single player game that's in development, which that would be pretty hype as well. But yeah, I'm very, very, very curious to see Intergalactic's gameplay. I don't know that my hype level is as high as yours, though, MVP Moss. I'm looking forward to it. Like, I'm assuming it'll be good, but I'm very fascinated to see how Naughty Dog's going to pull this off. You just finished Metal Gear Delta? Nice, Robert. Irvin, you saw a Lord of the Rings concert recently? Amazing music? Yeah. Well, I'm really curious to see if they make a Lord of the Rings game that matches the quality level of Hogwarts Legacy, because Hogwarts Legacy, like, it was a game I played, but my hype wasn't that high for it because I'm not really a big Harry Potter fan. I'm not really into that universe. I don't have a problem with it. I'm mostly indifferent to it. I would say I'm more into Lord of the Rings than I am Harry Potter. And so one of the things even I could appreciate when I played Hogwarts Legacy, even though I'm not a big fan of that universe, is I could tell, like, man, this game was crafted, like, for the fans. Like, you could tell, like, this is the game for the fans that they've been waiting for. I would love to see that done with the Lord of the Rings as well. That would be pretty sick if they pulled that off. Like a Hogwarts Legacy level game, but just set in the Lord of the Rings universe. That'd be amazing. Shems, you're saying you spent your Silent Hill F money on MBG's birthday? You're just kidding. Well, yeah, don't want to go that far, Shems. Yeah, I still can't believe how many copies Hogwarts Legacy sold. It sold like 23 million. It beat Call of Duty. It beat Call of Duty in sales. Like, what? So that was wild. The Wolverine video on the PlayStation channel is at 7.1 million at the moment. Damn. Yo, the hype is real. The hype is absolutely real for Wolverine. I love to see it. I do love to see it. I realized that I put Saros in the thumbnail and I didn't talk about it yet. Could you? Yeah, he's laying down there. Oh yeah, I'm just. Do you think you could grab me a more seltzer? Thanks. Gord, you're saying you recently restarted, or hold on, I lost it. You recently restarted Hogwarts Legacy. It's actually a super solid game. Presentation, stuffed with content. It is. It's a true labor of love. Yeah, man. Kind of. They're working on a sequel to Hogwarts Legacy. That is, as long as they don't like dramatically change it, you know. I think it's safe to say that it'll sell probably just as well, if not better, than the first one. Thank you. And just like really damn thirsty again for some reason. But yeah, I mean, and so you're saying you could never get into Lord of the Rings, but Harry Potter is your goat. I'm kind of like the other way around. Well, I wouldn't say that like Lord of the Rings is my goat, but I definitely am more into you know, that world and that universe and those characters than I am Harry Potter. So if they can make a game set in that universe that's on the same level as Hogwarts Legacy, I would be all for that, man. I'd be all for that. You played Oh, really? You went back and played X-Men Origins Wolverine yesterday. Yeah, I played that when it came out and I loved it. I beat it, I think like twice. And that was another game that I remember my cousin was playing too, and we were both into Wolverine at that time, and we both saw the I don't remember if we saw it together, but we saw the X-Men Origins Wolverine movie, and we were like shocked at how good the game was. I'm like, dude, this game's amazing. Uh, I to be honest, I don't know that I could fully appreciate what I played. I remember I played there was another Wolverine game. Oh my god, this was a PS2 game too, wasn't it? Hold on. Now I gotta look it up. Wolverine PS2 games. So, okay, there's a couple here. Wasn't there a Oh yeah, there was. Oh, there was quite a few. So, PS2 games with Wolverine, you have X-Men Legends, X-Men Legends 2, X-Men Next Dimension. I think I played X-Men Legends 2 for a little bit. Didn't really get into it. But then you have X-Men 3, the official game. Did anybody play this? I did not play X-Men 3, the official game. What year did this come out? This came out in 2006. May 16, 2006. It's published by Activision. The game covers the events between the films X-Men 2 and X-Men The Last Stand. Oh, okay. I thought it was based on the third game, so it's in between. Never played this one. But then you have this other game, is X-Men Wolverine's Revenge. This one I played. When did this come out? This is another 2003 game. Oh my god. Bro, I can't 2003 was a crazy year for games for me anyway. So, I remember this game and I don't think I beat it. I remember it being pretty difficult though. Yeah, I'm trying to find an image that I can bring up. Maybe we could just like watch gameplay or something. Anybody else play this game? X-Men. It's so weird because like the box art, it says X2. So it like is insinuating on the box art that it's like X-Men 2. But then it says Wolverine's Revenge. But then it has a picture of Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. This game's so bizarre. Like it has a picture of Hugh Jackman's Wolverine on the cover. It's like the box art is promoting the movie, but the game, you're definitely not playing as Hugh Jackman. It's more comic accurate Wolverine. And in fact, it looks like the game has absolutely nothing to do with the movie. But they were just like, we're just going to put him on the box anyway. The early 2000s was a great time for games. Then we went through a lull between 2007 and 9. Or a small lull, and then 2007 and 9 was another great time for games. Those games are expensive now. Like Deadpool and Origins Wolverine. Are they? You know what? Actually, let me see. X-Men PS2. I don't know. At least this X-Men game looks pretty cheap. Or Wolverine's Revenge. Unless I'm looking at all used copies. Yo, X-Men Wolverine's Revenge official memory card. What? A PS2 memory card was released for this game? But yeah, man, then you have X-Men Origins. It could mean that the save files are on there. Hold on, let me look at this. This is on eBay. This is weird. Oh, okay. Okay. No, you're right. I was going to say, like, this image does not look official. X-Men Wolverine's Revenge PS2 official memory card, 100% completed. Unlocked saves, $25. They have one for Spider-Man 3 PS2. What? 8 save files. No games included. $20. X-Men Origins, all the X-Men games. I didn't realize this was a thing. 100% unlocked. 7 save files, all the Spider-Man games. That's bizarre. I didn't know that this was a thing you could buy. I didn't know that people specialized in selling memory cards with 100% unlocked still. Like, who's buying this stuff? Manhunt. I never played Manhunt. You love the X-Men and Spider-Man games from that era? I did too. Yeah. But this is what I mean when I tell you guys, like, I've been a Wolverine fan for a very long time. I mean, I'm going to be honest, like, I never really have been much of a comic book reader. I just haven't. I've never was into comics. My dad had a bunch of comics, and I remember, like, I would like look at the pictures. I wouldn't really read them. I was just like interested in some of the Marvel comics he had and some DC comics. But really, it was like the movies and the TV shows that got me into it. And so, one of the things I remember is going to the movie theaters with my parents, actually. My mom and dad took me to see the first X-Men movie, which came out, what, 2001? It was 2000, I think. And yeah, I remember thinking, like, yo, Wolverine's awesome. Like, who is this dude? This is sick. But then, like, my parents, when the movie was over, they were like asking me, like, who was your favorite? Was it Wolverine? Was it Wolverine? And I was feeling really pressured. I'm like, no, it's Cyclops. Like, why would Wolverine be like, Wolverine's probably everybody's favorite. I like Cyclops, but I was totally lying. I was completely lying. Cyclops was not my favorite. I don't even know why I said that. But it's funny, man. And I remember, like, that was one of my first major introductions to Wolverine. And then I started watching I did remember watching the classic X-Men show, though, in the 90s. And I watched some of that. But it was really when I saw the first X-Men movie where I was like, holy shit, like, this is awesome. That's what really got me into X-Men and interested in it and playing the games and stuff. And that's why it's crazy still today to see like last year I went to go see Deadpool and Wolverine, and just to still see Hugh Jackman like killing it as Wolverine, dude. It's awesome. I still maintain, though, that Logan is the best. Logan is like the best live action movie version of Mrs. MBG's getting upset. She doesn't agree with that. Well, what's your favorite? Logan is depressing. Yeah. But I don't know. That's why I love it. It's like a grounded version, like a more realistic grounded version. I like that. Your parents took you to see the movie when it came out when you were a kid as well. You were mad that Gambit wasn't in the movie? Yeah. I think X-Men Origins X-Men Origins from 2009. I think that was the first time we saw a live action Gambit, right? Top 3 Wolverine villains. I mean, Sabretooth is obviously number 1. No. Mrs. MBG doesn't think it's a bad movie. She likes it. She's not a fan of the darker tone of it. She, I think, enjoyed the well, she definitely enjoyed Deadpool and Wolverine recently. But we were watching all the X-Men movies together um prior to seeing, and I think she likes a little bit of humor. Um yeah, I remember we were watching all the X-Men movies in order, like preparing for Deadpool and Wolverine, and when we got to Logan, it was just such a shift. It was like a massive shift in tone. Like it was like completely different. Yeah, Days of Future Past, that was a good one. That was a good one actually. Yeah. But yeah, Sabretooth is like the number one villain in my opinion for Wolverine. I've always liked the dynamic between Wolverine and Sabretooth. Um who's the other forget his name. It's the samurai guy. I always get his name mixed up. Omega Red, to be honest, I'm not too familiar with Omega Red. That's why I'm interested in the game, to see like how, like, I've heard about Omega Red in the past, but I never really, like, I never read the comics or anything, so I don't know how, I don't know what the dynamic is there. Hulk, oh yeah, some people think Hulk's gonna be in Silver Samurai. Thank you. Yeah, the Silver Samurai is pretty sick too, and I think we are gonna. I mean, they did say you're going to Japan in the game, so I'm pretty sure we're gonna see Silver Samurai. And I'm pretty sure Sabretooth's gonna be in this game. That'd be really weird if Sabretooth wasn't in this game. Um trying to think. I mean, I mean Stryker counts as a villain, I guess, right? I always thought the dynamic between Logan and Magneto was interesting though. I always liked the fact that there was always a feud between them, but like Wolverine was just always basically completely screwed. Oh yeah, I gotta finish watching that breakdown video, Orphan. What was the name of the channel again? I'll probably watch it later today. Did they talk about Hulk in that video? Silver Surfer Samurai. The amount of gayness in Deadpool and Wolverine was chef's kiss. Dude, I was just scrolling on Twitter earlier today, and that clip of Mrs. MBG agrees, by the way, Michael. I was scrolling through and I saw that clip pop up of that monologue, that angry monologue that Wolverine gives in Deadpool and Wolverine when he's like in the car with Deadpool and just absolutely shits on him, dude. And I'm like, Hugh Jackman had no right to. Hugh Jackman's such a good actor, dude. Like he really is a good actor. I think he always did a great job as Wolverine, but I also, there's that one movie he was in. God damn it. For some reason, I always struggle with the names of anything when I'm live streaming. I'm like on the spot. Prisoners. Yes, that's the movie. Prisoners. Um, One of the things I always find so funny about that movie. I don't know how many of you guys have seen this movie. I'm about to just show the scene. I'm about to just show it. I'm just gonna bring it up. We're gonna go a little bit off the rails here, but it's my birthday stream. I'll do what I want. Let me see. It's the first thing that comes up when I look it up. All right, so if you guys haven't seen this movie, I might get a copyright. If so, I'll just have to trim the segment out in post. But if you guys haven't seen this movie, this scene might convince you to watch it. But dude, another thing I want you to think about in this scene is how Hugh Jackman would have been the perfect Joel. Don't get me wrong, Pedro Pascal did a great job, but to me, this is like I'm like basically watching Joel here. Let me bring it up though. So I'm never as prepared as I should be. hold on. I gotta move myself over though. So this is from the movie Prisoners, but there's something in this scene that I'm curious if anybody catches it.
You said they cried.
I just realized I should probably give you guys some context here. Because this makes Hugh Jackman's basically going crazy in this movie, but he believes that this guy kidnapped his daughter and this guy's daughter, because that's what this whole movie is about. Like his daughter, these guys, their daughters go missing, and this guy's linked to it, and he's convinced that this is the guy who took them, and he won't tell them. So I definitely should have said that before I played the scene, because it's just like, what's going on here? So what did we learn here today, guys? What did we learn here? Dude, Gord, yes. Yes. What's so insane about this scene is apparently... Oh, hold on. Apparently, yes, he was kind of improvising there. And when you see... when I think it's Paul Dano, when he starts to slide down after he smashes the wall with the hammer. When he starts to slide down, and you see the look on, was that Terrence Howard? You see the look on his face? Apparently, like, that was not scripted, and Paul Dano was actually scared shitless and just like fell to the ground. Like it's like real. It's like not acting at some point. Definitely probably gonna have to trim this part out of the stream though. But yo, I just want to say this movie's incredible. If you haven't seen it, it's like one of the best movies I've seen. But dude, Hugh Jackman is like one of the best actors, and that scene's insane. Now play the bar scene from Wolverine. Which bar scene? You have to be... Yeah, I think there's a few, right? But do you guys see it though? You guys see it, like how I'm saying he should have been Joel? He could have played a really good Joel. You like the one with Sabretooth? What year did it come out? I think it came out in 2013. The movie's called Prisoners. It's really good. Jake Gyllenhaal's in it too. Yeah. Yeah, he would have been Garrett. Although, I don't know. Pedro Pascal's like the big thing now. So he's probably pretty expensive too. Just look for the bar scene. He has long hair in the thumbnail. Dude, yeah. Pedro Pascal, it's like... Oh, God, sorry. Like, he's been oversaturated, dude. Let me see. Wolverine... Oops. The wrong thing. Wolverine bar scene. Let me see what I can find. Nope, that's not the screen. Dude, that scene is so intense though. Holy shit. Dude, the top comment on this video, by the way, before I move on, the top comment on this video with almost 8,000 upvotes is he would make the perfect Joel in a Last of Us movie. Of course, Hugh Jackman and Paul Dano killed the scene, but the hidden gem is Terrence Howard's reaction to Hugh Jackman swinging the hammer. It's pretty underrated. Where's my daughter? He asks calmly. All right. Wolverine bar scene. We got a couple here. Oh, okay. This one. You talking about the one where he has long hair? Oh, dude. Hold on. There's so many good scenes. I got to be careful though. Like the big thing I'm afraid of with that clip that I just played, it was pretty damn violent. And there's a couple of other Wolverine clips here. I just don't want to get I don't want to get. Sometimes YouTube will do this thing where your stream's supposed to be like 18 plus. All right, let me see. Let's see if I can bring this one up. That was the God, what Wolverine? That was the 2013 Wolverine movie, right? That's the one where he faces the Silver Samurai. No, that's not Logan. It's a 2013 Wolverine movie. Gort says she's interesting looking. Yeah, the movie was pretty good. The 2013 Wolverine movie was good. It wasn't great in my opinion. I think it's just called The Wolverine. There's this crazy scene though. Although I don't know if it'll. I got to be careful, man, which ones I play. Here's the one I want to see. Dude, this is what makes Hugh Jackman the perfect Wolverine, bro. I mean, dude, bro. Okay, it's blocking my stream, guys. Shit. Are we still here? I just got the notification. We'll be back. Am I still okay? It might take me off for a minute. Damn, they're really serious. I don't know who owns the rights to that movie because they're really serious with that one. They don't want that being shown. Damn, I'm gonna have to once the guy exploded, I knew it was gonna get flagged. Damn. I'm giving the studios free promotion. What are they getting mad about? I don't know. It depends on who owns it. God, though, that fucking scene from Logan it's so, dude, Logan is the best. I fucking love that movie. But that end scene when he takes the medicine or whatever that like basically makes him young for a little bit again. That like puts him in his prime for a little bit. So good. Did you guys ever see the video of Hugh Jackman doing the post recordings of the sounds? All right, let me come back here. Disney owns it now. Yeah, I don't know if maybe. I think I've tried playing Logan before too. Spare us, MBG. Yes, he does yells and moans, Michael. Logan and Deadpool really raised them to another level. Yeah. All right, let me come back here. I don't know how we got on this track, but here we are. We got here somehow. It's still giving me the heads up. Oh, shit. Shit. Okay. Fuck. Yeah, so the problem with playing some of that stuff is I think some of it was labeled as age restricted, and now I have to. I have to figure out how to label the stream. Quick, hide the evidence. I will be able to. Fuck. Actually, I don't know. This always happens. This always happens every time, dude. I think the Logan, I think the two scenes we watched prior to the Logan one were fine, but I think the Logan one, I was telling me it's going to get blocked because I think it recognizes it as age restricted. Let me see what I can do here. Sorry for the dead air. I'm just going to see if I can do this now to avoid complications later. I'm not even seeing the option. Trying to figure out how to label the stream 18 plus until I can like clip it out. You know what I may have to do? It's going to be annoying. But I may have to, when the stream is done, edit out like just that entire section. But if I do that, and once it's re-uploaded, it'll be under videos, not streams. So it's going to be very confusing for some people. Yeah, I don't know. I tried, though. All right. Well, it's always the risk you take when you. Yeah, I'll figure it out later. It's already set to over 18. So put on the birthday suit. Yeah. Yeah, that definitely won't get me terminated from YouTube. That girl was honestly really impressive as an actress opposite to Hugh Jackman. Yeah. They brought her back for Deadpool and Wolverine. Show nice cuddly stuff. Just start cursing. Well, I think we'll be okay. Yeah, like I said, worst case scenario is the stream. It won't go private or anything. Well, it'll be like temporarily while it's being edited. But I'll just cut those clips out And when it uploads, it'll disappear from the live section. It'll just be under the video section. Well, yeah, music copyrights are a little bit different usually. Music copyrights, they let you. The only thing I'm worried about is I'm pretty sure it was telling me it was going to block it due to it was picking up an age restricted video. And so once the stream ends, it goes through YouTube's AI and it basically combs through the whole stream, and it might notify me that like they had to change it to 18 plus or whatever. And YouTube doesn't like that. I was playing a clip from Logan. I know. But yeah, YouTube doesn't like that. Like they basically issue a warning where they're like, we had to change your content to 18 plus. Like you should, like they trust you to know to do that. And they just get like annoyed if they have to do it for you. Like they can't trust you. So it's like, yeah, YouTube's annoying sometimes, man. But I guess it comes with the territory. Put on my furry suit. Prince, get out. You're about to watch some samurai movies before Ghost comes out. So about that Hello Kitty Island adventure. How's that going? Yeah, Mrs. MBG's in the process of trying to get the platinum, but this game I think might have the biggest bullshit platinum I've ever seen. Like it's she's never gotten a platinum trophy before. She's trying to make this her first. Oh yeah. No, you did. And well, yeah, but I mean, like this is the first one where like just you alone, like just because. No, you're right. You got the platinum for Astro's Playroom. We did it together. You did a lot of it though. And what was the other one you said? Oh yeah, we got the platinum for Overcooked 1 and 2, I think. But that one was stupid too, because like it asked you to do these random things that I had to like manipulate it myself or whatever. But she's going for it. You said you have to wait. There's time-based events. Yeah. Like real life time, like seasonal, holiday, and birthday. That's so dumb. So to get the platinum for this Hello Kitty game, there's time-based events, but like real world time. Like they have seasonal shit. I've never seen anything like it. I like the implication is you got to wait a year. No, that I don't think there's a workaround. There, hold on, I'm gonna look it up right now. Actually, so can you shut that door for me? Let me see. Hello Kitty Island Adventure Platinum number 1100, first in the world to achieve. One for the history books. How did you get milk in 10 days? It's just really, oh man, this platinum seems like a nightmare, dude. I just feel bad. Shadowlink, you're heading out, man. Hope you, the missus, and the little one have a great day. Happy birthday again. I'm heading out. All right, Shadowlink, thank you so much for stopping by, bro. And thank you for the massive support today. I really, really, really appreciate that, man. And thank you for the birthday wishes. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, bro. And I hope to see you again soon. Good stuff, man. Actually, I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe you can manipulate it by changing the calendar. You might be able to do that. I didn't think it. Yeah, true. You can. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. I didn't think of that. I didn't think it. That's such a crazy thing to me, though, that you would have to go out of your way to do that. But I guess, yeah, I think she's at like 65% trophy completion. So it's not that far away. And I guess if that's maybe the most you would have to do is manipulate the clock. But yeah, you get. I think. I wonder if Mrs. MEG is going to start getting into trophy hunting or not. She definitely wants to get the platinum for this one though. But she did get the platinum essentially for Astro's Playroom. She played a lot of that and pretty much got the majority of the trophies. She's going to be like me soon. Carl, we don't ask questions like that. All right, let's see. What other news do we have here? I did tell you guys we were going to cover PS5 game news as well. Oh, hold on. I just came across a bunch of pictures of PS2 games again. I might get distracted. GTA 3, Vice City, San Andreas, Final Fantasy X, Shadow of the Colossus, God of War 1 and 2, Mortal Kombat Deception, Metal Gear Solid 3, Devil May Cry 3, Killzone, Resident Evil Code Veronica, Resident Evil 4, Silent Hill 2, SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain, Tekken 5, Need for Speed Most Wanted. There's an unbelievable amount of games for PS2. Jack 2 and 3, Mortal Kombat Armageddon, Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks. Sheesh. Spider-Man games. Area 51. Yeah, I remember that game. I never played it. Battlefield 2. So many classics, man. So many. All right. What was I saying? Game news? Dude, today's stream is cursed.
Happy birthday, John. Saluting face emoji. Who do you think would win in a 1v1 Jin and Atsu? With no stealth involved. I believe they would trade blows equally, taking turns.
Well, Henry, thank you for that, buddy. Thank you for the birthday wishes. It's a good question. I don't know that I can answer that yet, though. I have to play Ghost of Yote first. I don't know, man. Jin was pretty formidable. He was pretty. The one thing about Jin though is he always seemed like he always had a level of like hesitation, but it was due to his, samurai code and always like kind of going up against that. Whereas I feel like the character of Atsu is just very much like, like there's no honor at all, But yeah, Jin's a beast. Yeah, he is. I'm not sure. I'll have a better idea after I play Ghost of Yote. I'll see what Atsu's like. Jin Sakai would wrap Atsu like a grocery bag, please. Jin Sakai, I mean, he's the ghost. He's the original ghost, bro. I'll give it to Jin for now. I gotta give it to Jin. He is the original ghost. I know who gets my Hot Springs vote. Oh yeah, that's true, Henry. That's true. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Atsu's just gonna pull out her rifle, her musket, and end it. Damn. Could we see anything from Jin? A hint or something? Listen, I don't know for sure. And I haven't looked at the trophies. I haven't spoiled anything for myself, but I would be surprised if there isn't at least one reference to Jin. Even if it's subtle. I'm not saying like it's going to be some kind of like story thing, but like just something that references him. Like a story from a side character or something. Or like a set of armor, anything. I mean, like, it would be kind of crazy if they didn't have something as a nod to the first game. It would feel intentional, and that would feel kind of strange. So I'm sure there will be something. Although I don't think it's going to be something major with the story. I would be surprised if they did that. It'd be cool, but I would be surprised. Sucker Punch will deliver. Yeah, I kind of forgot they were bringing the hot springs back. Stay away from the trophy descriptions. Will do. Will do. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna check the trophies for Yote until after I beat it, but I'm assuming they don't have any difficulty-based trophies. I'm assuming they don't have any because usually Sony doesn't put difficulty-based trophies. Like their studios usually avoid that. Thank you, Josh. Thank you for the birthday wishes, bud. Yeah, that's what I read too, Irfan, is that the trophies are set up in a very similar manner to Tsushima's. Yeah, I want to read this to you guys real quick though, because we are still going over in between all the chaos. We are still covering PS5 game news. I came across this article. It says leak claims Halo PS5 will add major feature that could ruin the original game. So there's a lot going on with this title. It says a new leak claims that a Halo Combat Evolved remake is currently being developed by Microsoft and will use Unreal Engine 5. However, the potential Halo PS5 title is also rumored to be adding a major feature that some fans fear could ruin the original game. Rumors of a Halo PS5 port have been floating around since June. However, this latest update comes from Reb Gaming, who says the project might actually be a remake of the 2001 Xbox title. In a September 26th video, the insider revealed that the Halo Combat Evolved remake will reportedly feature sprinting and additional modern gameplay additions. The current build being tested has sprinting. Halo Combat Evolved did not have sprinting originally. So if this information is true, the remake will include modern gameplay features. Interestingly, Reb Gaming also goes on to say that the leak claims that the Halo remake will be using Unreal Engine 5. Specifically, his source compared it to the recent Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered, which released in April. My source also says that the Halo I almost said Collector's Edition, Combat Evolved remake uses a hybrid engine. It's a setup between a modified version of Halo Reach's Blam engine and Unreal Engine 5. It's similar in concept to Oblivion Remastered, which used UE5 to handle graphics and rendering. So essentially, the Halo PS5 game would still have the original game's engine underneath as well, which is certainly an interesting choice. Now, it should be made clear that Reb Gaming doesn't confirm if the remake is the rumored Halo PS5 game. However, it would make sense if Microsoft wants to introduce the franchise to a brand new platform. Now, here's what makes this so interesting. It was confirmed today. Let me see if I can bring it up. Hold on. It's here somewhere. I didn't have it ready to go. I apologize. Yeah. So Shinobi 602 reports Halo Studios will have a quote deep dive on their next project at the Halo World Championships on October 24th. So sorry it took me so long to bring that up, but that was officially confirmed. Jake, you sent me a couple of emails. All right, buddy. I'll check them out when I get the chance. I just wanted to bring this up here though because we have been hearing all year long that Halo's coming to PS5. We don't know when it's happening, but there were previous rumors claiming that this Halo Combat Evolved remake is going to be a day one PS5. Like it's being made for PS5 as well as Xbox. So I don't know, man. Things are starting to add up, and I am starting to wonder if this is going to be the first thing they do for Halo on PS5. But there you go. Um. All right. Let's see. Yeah, I'm seeing you guys were mentioning this earlier, but now I'm seeing it pop up. Yeah, I'm starting to see this being reported about what Michael Pachter said about PlayStation. I mean, I think before I move on, I think a Halo remake is cool. It's really interesting if it's going to come to PS5. I still don't know that I'll really care. I'll be honest. Saying it's a nothing burger. I think it is a nothing burger, but I think there's nothing really happening right now, so it's turning into a something burger. You know? It's like one of those things where it's a slow news day. So it looks like Zubitech has the full quote here on Twitter. Michael Pachter, quote, Sony? Sony, for sure not. Sony's a terrible company, and they actually are blowing it in the games business. Look, games are moving to connected TV. So think about all the participants that are going to deliver games the way we get movies via Netflix. And forget the subscription model. Just think about iOS becoming available on your TV. So free-to-play games on your TV, who's going to deliver that? Cloud providers, AI. Anybody who's investing in making that happen is where you want to be. Well, I see. See, I feel like what Michael Pachter didn't bring up here, though, and I think a lot of people don't know this. I mean, I don't know how up to date I am on it, but Sony does offer cloud gaming, and it's really fucking good. Like, I think Sony's actually very prepared for something like that. I remember there was testing being done where it was testing playing PS5 games through the cloud, going up against games on xCloud. And I don't know if Microsoft has improved. I'm sure they have improved xCloud since then, but I remember people were shocked when it was like, dude, the PS5's like the cloud streaming of PS5 games is actually like substantially better. Oh, that's one of the emails you sent me, Jake? Okay. Yeah, like people were shocked to find out that Sony's cloud technology is actually doing better. So, I don't think he's wrong when he's talking about the future is free-to-play games for a lot of it. Not all of it. Game Station, thank you for that, buddy. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I don't think he's necessarily wrong in that looking towards the distant future, the idea that you're just going to turn on your TV and boot up a free-to-play game right from your TV and stream it through the cloud. Yeah, I think that's going to happen. But I think we're a long ways from that. I do. I think that's potentially decades from now. That's like future generations taking over. That's like my son one day being my age at 32, and like that's how he'll game. He'll just boot up. He'll just power on his TV, pick up a controller, and everything's just going to be there, and it will be streamed, and you won't know any different. You won't know any different. But that's decades from now. Like I don't think it. I mean, maybe it'll happen sooner than I think. Maybe it'll happen sooner than I think, but I don't know. I doubt it. Like I don't think it's going to be sooner than I think, because it's like there's still so many people that they're not going to play games that way. I mean, what he's saying kind of reminds me a little bit of what Google did with Stadia, where it's like, bro, you're like decades early. Nobody wants this. Nobody wants this. You're going to find out nobody wants this. And these people who are like ahead of the curve, they're like, what do you mean? This is the future. This is the future now. It's like, think about what you just said. Let the future be the future, bro. Let now be now. One day at a time. Oh, it's very kind of you, Game Station. Yeah, I appreciate it, bud. Sony also manufactures TVs. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. They could just bake it in if they wanted to. Frontier Communication has 7 gigabit fiber tier of internet. What are you trying to say, pushing polygons? Well, yeah, back in like 2013 and 14, VR was being pushed as the future. And yeah, I think VR is the future, but we're not there yet. I think we have a lot longer to go. I think in the distant future, like 100 years from now, if humanity's still around, I think people will be playing games by like logging into the Matrix, basically. Somewhat, something close to that. I do think that will be a thing. Maybe it could take longer than 100 years, but like that is the end game. The end game is you somehow are transported literally to a different world in your mind or some shit. You know what I mean? Like the future is I'm going to play GTA 10 and you literally are like in the game. Yeah, or the Oasis. Yeah, exactly. That's the future. We just don't know exactly when we're going to get there. We just know it'll happen eventually. You're saying we are moving in that direction? Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, you do have to look at the younger generations and the fact that the younger generations they're completely content. It's not even a matter of contentment. It's an expectation. The expectation is whatever device they pick up, a phone, smartphone, a tablet, if they're on a PC, if they're on a TV, even a console, it doesn't matter. Like any device they engage with or interface with, they expect there to be their free to play games like Roblox. And Roblox is a big one, just like Fortnite is, because these are platform games. These are games within games within games. Like there are kids, I should say, that are playing Fortnite, that are playing Roblox, where they're never going to play anything else, ever, for any reason. Everything they could ever want or need is in these games. It sounds kind of crazy, and I don't like it, but that is what is. Don't forget that Roblox broke the all-time concurrent player count of like 48 million players online at one time, surpassing Steam. For anything. Like, that's fucking Roblox, dude. It's a free-to-play game that's on everything. Like, your fucking toaster could play it. So that generation is conditioned. They are being conditioned. And Sony will have to adapt to that, just like everybody else will, where, yeah, eventually people like me and many of you, like, we're going to get really old eventually, We're going to be in our 50s and our 60s. And when that day comes, maybe Sony will still be trying to get as much money out of us as they can. I mean, shit, Sony will probably continue to keep trying to get money out of us till we're dead and buried, like that's just how they'll do it as long as we're around. And that, even if it's like, oh, this is the generation that grew up with the PS2, PS3, and PS4, they're still around. Until we're completely faded out, I'm sure Sony will still gladly take our money and try to appeal to us, even if we become more niche. They'll just make it more expensive. But eventually, like we're going to be completely faded out. And you do have to kind of wonder, like, well, when we're, when our generations, because there's like, I think there's a younger generation still that is here with the PS4, is here with the PS5, where they're like, oh, I get this. Maybe teenagers, right? But I don't know, man. Like with my son, he'll be 5 next year, and yeah, he plays on the iPad. He plays mobile games. He has his own PlayStation 5. I gave him a console, and I did because he loves Astrobot, and he plays some of these games on console, but that's secondary. Like it's because of stuff he watches some YouTube, some like YouTubers that, I don't know, there's like like Italian brain rot shit. I don't know. I'm like looking at this stuff and I'm like, what the fuck even is this? But I'm looking around. I'm like, dude, this is like all the kids at his school. Like this is what they're into. This is what's happening. And I'm like, huh. So I have to try to do my best to like introduce him to stuff. Like, and I think he will. Like, I was surprised at how much he enjoyed. He even said he wants an Astrobot room. No joke. That's what he said. He said he wants an Astrobot room. Like, okay. He likes Nintendo. He likes Sonic. He plays on, console. But I can just tell that, like, there's a culture now that's it's with the kids. It is. It's with the young kids. And even like young adults that are starting to try to make a living on YouTube and social media that are trying to appeal to these young kids. And no, luckily he's not into skibbity videos. No, he watches like Roblox YouTubers where like they're playing like these different games, but they're like characters and they keep popping up on screen and talking to each other. It's like a whole subcategory. I don't know. That could be it, Tarnished. To be honest, I never really looked closely at the name of these YouTubers. I'm just like, okay. There's one. God, what's the name? Tyler. Snowy. I feel like this is. I think that's right. It's not Tyler and Snowy or something. And that's what they do. They're like personalities or like characters essentially. And they have like avatars or whatever. And he watches that and he's really into it sometimes. And I'm like, I don't understand. Like, I'm not, I guess, I just look at it. I'm like, I guess this is what the kids are into these days, but really it hits me when I realize that because Mrs. MBG is way more in tune with what the kids are into. Cause she's going to like the school pickup and drop offs a lot more than I am. And, she's talking to her mom friends and whatnot and seeing what those kids are into. And it's like, dude, this is like wide
I'm
reaching.
pretty sure they'll grow out of brain rot later on. I used to watch a lot of Eep and Gmod videos when I was little, so I kind of relate low.
Yeah, and I try to think about that too. Like, what is this the equivalent of to when I was a kid growing up? You're talking about like YouTube poop and Gmod videos. Yeah, the brain rot stuff is weird to me because I don't even know what it is. Like, I hear these names. It's like Italian brain rot, and I'm like, what? Why is it Italian? But I still watch memes. I don't know. I'm like an idiot too sometimes as an adult, where it's just like I still watch meme videos and shit. And I'm like, this is adult. This is brain rot for adults, bro. And I'm still rotting my brain. So I'm like, you know what? Huh? I guess it's the natural way of things. But you talk about them growing out of it. Yeah, I am curious to see the trajectory of it. Where, yeah, I mean, I get the feeling like my son, as he gets older, he's going to start gravitating towards other things. I just get that sense. And these are just going to be like kind of fade. I think it's normal. tongue. Sohor. Yeah, dude, I've heard that so many times and I'm just like, get out of my fucking head. We're going to have to do an Italian brain rot deep dive. Oh, man. What am I even talking about at this point? But no, I mean, I just think that, and that's another, exactly, Tarnished. It's crazy to think there's old YouTube now. There's old YouTube. And then you throw in the AI slop. And, dude, the worst thing that I see my son doing sometimes that I like I'm trying to like walk that line of parenting where it's like, I'm trying to accept that like this is the future. Like I can't do anything about it necessarily, but I got to monitor it, is fucking shorts. Oh my God. I hate TikTok, bro. Like there's good short form content, but the problem with short form content is it has been infiltrated and ruined by the bad apples. Where like, dude, sometimes he'll start randomly scrolling through shorts. And he's on like a kid's account. The shit that I'm like, what the, like, there are so many times where I have to like interfere and be like, no, like block that channel. I don't know what that was, block that. And I get it, like YouTube is trying to be on top of it, but things are going to slip through the cracks. I get it. It's probably nearly impossible to cover everything, but it's just some stuff. And it's not even that it's inappropriate. It's that it's like, this can't be good for your brain. I'm an adult and I feel like it's frying my brain. This can't be good. And so, you know, I have to like keep an eye on that. But it's just, it's scary, dude. Like, it's scary to think that, like, if you're not watching over and you're not paying attention, like, they'll just scroll. And, you know, he's a kid, but they'll just start scrolling through these shorts. And here's the thing that upsets me the most. When I'm listening to some of this stuff, there'll be these slop content creators that are trying to exploit YouTube and its algorithm and kids, where they'll assume the parents aren't listening or paying attention, and they'll use the AI voice to start telling some kind of story about fucking nothing, just nothing. And literally 15 seconds of that 30-second short is them saying, like, if you don't hit the like button, you know, this is what's going to happen to you. Like, literally trying to scare kids into fucking hitting the like button and subscribing to their channel through these shorts, through YouTube Kids accounts. I'm like, what the fuck is this, bro? Like, it gets me to a point where I'm like, I think I'm just gonna like not let him use YouTube at this point, but it's just, me and Mrs. MG gotta be on top of it, man. You know, where it's like, we gotta be on it, because this shit, it's like these kids are under attack. Their brains are under attack, bro. Their minds are under attack. And I'm like, like, sometimes I hear it and it infuriates me so much. It does, because I'm like, how did we regress this much? I'm over here thinking, like, dude, when I was a kid, I'm watching things like Little Bear, Franklin, you know, Blue's Clues. And then I'm seeing my son, and he's on, you know, he's scrolling through YouTube, and there's some good stuff on there that he watches, but then I just see this other crap. I'm like, what is this? Like, what the fuck is this? Like, if somebody told me, like, this is dangerous to your child's brain, I'm like, yeah, it sure seems like it. Sure seems like it. Dora the Explorer. Maybe that did rot my brain a little bit as a kid. Dora the Explorer. Yeah, man. I mean, that was some wholesome stuff. Happy birthday, old man. Can we see your game collection? Not yet. One day you'll see my game collection. Maybe at the end of the PS5 gen. Maybe that'll be the time. But I don't know. I guess I just keep this stuff in mind where, like, I'm trying to walk that line. Like I said, I'm trying to be understanding that I am getting older. I'm 32 now. So therefore, I'm going to have a level of disconnection from the youth that I'm going to see stuff and I'm like, I'm like that old man now, I feel like. I feel that way with a lot of things, though. I feel that way with music. I feel that way with I mean, like, one of the things that's so difficult to deal with, but I understand, is like when I'm scrolling through YouTube on my algorithm, so much content, and I make it so YouTube doesn't save my searches, even though they probably secretly do, and I clear my history all the time because I don't want to be sucked into an algorithm that's like, it's only going to show me exactly what it thinks I want to see. I want to be exposed to a little bit more and see other things that maybe it wouldn't think to show me, to discover different things. But no matter what I do, I'm bombarded with so much content of people being like, this, let me tell you why this is so bad and we're doomed and what's wrong with this. And like, I just saw a video pop up that had hundreds of thousands of views where it was like, are we in hell? And it was literally about subscription services. And I'm like, I know this is true, but man, I just, I don't know. I'm trying, like, I don't want to become a full blown doomer. You know what I mean? Where it's like, I'm not saying I want to be delusional either. I don't want to be deluded, but it's like just so much of the content that's out there. You know what some of the worst content I come across is though, guys? Oh my God. I'm telling you, one of these days I'm going to make a second channel and I'm going to start reacting to this content because I just can't deal with it. Like, I think my reactions to the content would be more entertaining than anything else. Sometimes, and especially now that we're entering October, I just type in YouTube search bar scary videos. And you get these amazing looking videos with amazing thumbnails, amazing titles. I'm like, oh, this is going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. And dude, it sends me. It sends me because it's YouTube. It's like YouTube content creators that are farming content from other content creators from like mainly TikTok, but also YouTube Shorts, but mostly TikTok. And it's just like they present it with this scary music and they're like, this person named so-and-so was in their apartment one day and they found something really chilling and something very disturbing happened. And I'm like, oh, okay. Whoa, what's going on? And then it's always the same thing, dude. It's just people on TikTok exploiting the stupidity of others, where it's so obviously fake. It's like, dude, it gets me to a point where I'm looking around, I'm like, we're all laughing, right? We are all laughing, but it's, you realize that, like, no, there are so many people. It's just so much content, man. And it's like, it's not like, I saw this one about an Elmo balloon, bro, where there was like this TikTok account that it went viral because it's like my Elmo balloon. It's like a Elmo balloon standing this tall. It's like, it's possessed or something, or it's moving on its own. It keeps going into the basement. And it was like this long string. It was like this big adventure just to find out. It's like, dude, if you look that balloon up, it's meant to move on its own. It has little weights that you put inside of it. And depending on where you put the weights determines how it moves. And it's just a total, like, the video, even before finding that out, I'm like, this is stupid. Like, it's funny. It's a little bit funny. It's like, oh my God, a fucking possessed Elmo balloon is going to kill us. Like, it's kind of funny, I guess, but it's like dead serious. And people are just tricked so easily. And it's always the same thing. It's like, oh my God, I'm pretty sure there's a demon in my house right now. I'm going to pick up my phone and start recording it. And the ones that always get me are when they're moving the camera real fast and it's like, did you see it? And they like pause it and it's like some creepy looking girl or something with like peeking out from the corner. And it's like, dude, that's literally fucking edited in. Like, it's edited in. You could look at it, pause it, look at it. It's right there. And they're like, was it real? And this is what I'm saying, where it's like, so much of it is in the hopes that it's teens and young kids seeing this shit. Because yes, they'll believe it. Yes, they'll think it's real. But I don't know, man. I'm like, what happened? It is true. They say like older YouTube used to be better because even if shit was fake and it was like a hoax, like there actually had to be effort put into it. And that effort made it more difficult to discern. And you had to go a little bit deeper to find out if it was legit or not. So much of what's coming, I saw this funny ass video, dude, of this guy who claims that he's dealing with like a crazy demonic presence in his home. And he apparently got like outed recently for being a complete fraud. It was like just totally fake and made up. But it was so funny because I'm like, this guy's acting skills are on point, where he was like, he did that thing where he put cameras on like the corner of his home and all the corners of his home. And he's just laying there at night. and it's like night vision or whatever. And the door slams open and he gets up screaming, dude. Like, it was so, like, for a moment, I'm like, okay, this is kind of believable because the dude's selling it so well. Like, this guy actually seems like he shit his pants. And he's screaming and standing up in his bed and he's pulling out his cross and he's like reciting prayer. And I'm like, okay, all right. I mean, dude, at least, like, it's like, to me, that's obviously fake. But I don't know, man. If this was like if this was for like a movie or some kind of project, I'd be like, that's some impressive acting right there. But I don't know, man. Maybe it's just, it comes with getting older. But now the scariest thing I see, because there's like different types of scary videos. The other scary videos are disturbing videos. Did you guys ever stumble upon the disturbing content rabbit hole? I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it, man. It puts me in such a bad mood. It brings me so low where I'm like, this is the truth right here. Like, the truth is, if you want to know what the real scary shit is, it's what people are doing to other people. That's the real horror. And I'm like, man, I just want it to be like, this is why I just decided to watch all the Conjuring movies again. Yeah, like disturbing Reddit threads and shit like that. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I dabble in that, but I don't like the energy behind it. The energy behind it is it's too dark for me because I'm like, this is real. Like, this is 100%, like, this is too real. And it's too disturbing. And yeah, I guess there's a difference between feeling like I look for that perfect middle ground of like, it's slightly disturbing, mostly scary and unsettling. And this is why I'm like, I just got to keep watching horror movies because that's what they specialize in. I watched all the Conjuring movies again, and I'm like, they don't really scare me, but I appreciate the jump scares and I appreciate the build up and stuff. I'm like, I know this is all, it's based on a true story and stuff. I'm like, it's all probably bullshit, but still, it's like, I can appreciate the presentation, much more so than I can if I'm watching like these really depressing YouTube rabbit holes, man, where I'm like, I don't want to be on this planet no more, man. We were the real demons all along. Have you seen the alien from Panama? Venom? Like, no, I haven't, Pepitoire. Do I want to see it? Yeah, like, what's going on with this Atlas 3i shit? Like, is this... Is this, like, are these aliens? Like, I don't understand what's going on. Like, I see so many videos. I'm like, you know what? If it is, cool. Like, nice. I look forward to your arrival. If not, and it's just a fucking, it's just like a extra. What do they call it? Like an asteroid from like deep space or some shit. There's a specific name they give to it. Like, if that's what it is, okay, I guess. I don't. What does that mean for me? Shams, you think it's terrifying? I mean, to me, the only thing that makes me go, is it's headed towards our sun. That's the thing that makes me interstellar object. Thank you. Pushing polygons. That's the term I was looking for. Boss, why is your mouth open? Okay, you good? You getting possessed over there? Boss was just looking at me with his mouth like fully open, just like, dude, what, are you okay? He's trying to scare me. But yeah, boss starts acting weird. Stop it. He's being weird. Yeah, the Amityville Horror on DVD. I remember that one. They're already among us. Thought it was pushing towards Mars. Yeah, I don't know. Apparently it's supposed to like, I don't think it's supposed to go directly into the sun, but it's like that's the direction. It is going in that direction, I believe. It's like passing by. Can you do a deep dive of this alien story? It sounds interesting. Are you talking about Atlas 3I or the alien in Panama or something? I don't know. That's news to me. If boss starts talking, I'm out. There was question about 3I Atlas actually hitting Mars, which would screw up NASA missions. Damn. Didn't they just recently announce they found life on Mars and proof of oceans, like ancient oceans on Mars? Man, shit's actually getting kind of interesting. Since we're talking about horror and aliens, we didn't get a VR2 horror game featuring Pennywise. Well, let me see. Is it 3i? Is that what it's called? Is 3i Atlas going to hit Mars? Let's see. Says no, 3i Atlas will not hit Mars. It's predicted to pass by the planet at a distance of approximately 18 million miles. My God, that's like so far. On October 3rd, not impact it. Its trajectory will also bring it close to Venus and Jupiter. It poses no threat to Earth. Why is there confusion of it hitting Mars? All right, let's see. Is 3i Atlas aliens? Let's get to the real juicy questions. No, 3i Atlas is almost certainly not an alien spacecraft. Instead, it is a natural interstellar object, likely a comet, that originates from another star system. While there has been speculation from figures like Avi Loeb, I don't know if I'm saying his name correctly, that it could be a technological probe, the scientific consensus supported by observations from powerful telescopes like Hubble and Sphere X indicates that its features are consistent with a natural icy body. Scientists are studying to learn more about objects from other star systems, which could hold clues about the origins of comets and the conditions in those distant systems. Compositional clues. Observations have detected signs of water, cyanide, and carbon dioxide, which are common elements found in comets. Lack of technological signs. There's no evidence of artificial structures, propulsion systems, or radio signals, which would be expected from a technological probe. Hmm. All right. Well, yeah, it seems like it's not. It seems like it's not aliens, guys. Hmm. That's Bill SMBG. Bill SMBG. Boss, stop that. Stop it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, space is so interesting and fascinating, but also terrifying at the same time. There was a question of it having little iron or something. I think back like a month ago. There were concerns as it started ejecting gases that trajectory could get pushed. Yeah, I mean, I've been seeing videos popping up like on a near daily basis saying like update, like update here, there. Here's what's changing. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, do we believe aliens are real? I feel like they are, right? Like I feel like I mean, it like the idea of aliens being real. It boss, you trying to tell me something? I should look up Saturn V Apollo rocket stage as it goes back and forth between Earth orbit and the sun. Ever watched the movie Wrong Turn? It sounds familiar. I don't think I've ever seen it though. But I mean, you know, the idea of aliens being real is it's such a I think it like freaks us out so much because You know, it answers one big question, but it poses another. Like the first question it answers is like, are we alone? No. And I don't think that would shock people. People who have an understanding of just how insanely vast the universe is. The chances of there not being life is just, you know, the vastness of the universe is literally incomprehensible. It's for all intents and purposes, it's basically infinite. You know, I know it sounds crazy, but it's basically what it is. Um, so yeah, it's like there has to be something out there. But that's the second question is even scarier, which is like, well, like why are they hiding from us? Like why are they like seemingly why are we not meant to kind of like wouldn't we just see it? And we have Dragon Blaze or Dragon's Blaze. He comes in a member for 5 months and he says, "Happy birthday! Still so hyped for Wolverine." Well, thank you for that, Dragon. I appreciate the birthday wishes and absolutely, man. I can't wait to see more Wolverine. I'm ready. It's gonna be a little bit, but I'm gonna be ready. It's gonna be a crazy year next year. In a parallel universe, another MVG is talking about this as well. Pushing polygons, you think it's because we're too primitive? Yeah, I mean, there's so many theories, like the zoo theory, like we're basically just the equivalent of like an interstellar zoo, and like it's like don't pet the animals, don't feed the animals, don't pet the animals, just watch. I laugh, but my God, that's kind of terrifying, isn't it? Boss, did you like? What do you want from me, man? Boss is trying to tell me he's an alien. You got enough. You got enough. You got enough. Come on, you're gonna get obese. You're already a little overweight. Come on, dude. I'm not trying to be rude. UFO flying without jet engines and wings. Well, I mean, there does seem to be enough proof out there that we've encountered like UAPs and stuff and like flying objects that are just like this defies all, like this defies the laws of physics, and we don't know what this is or how to explain it. Um, but yeah, I mean, I would just, I think there's no denying that if aliens were real, they clearly are way more advanced than us. And I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. I don't know what it means. I don't know. I don't know what it would. I don't know how we would handle that. Because if if we encounter aliens and they're just there and it's like we're just way more advanced than you, like they will become God. Like they are literally like the superior species in that sense. So it's like you can kind of understand how that flips humanity on its head, and it's like, well, this changes literally everything. It calls like all religion into question. I mean, it totally undoes humanity in a way. So I don't know if you're like stream exploded. Wait, are we good? Guys, are we good? I don't know. We good? Okay. And Josh McGill, member for 32 months, says, "Happy birthday, MBG. So ready for Yote and excited for Wolverine and Saros." Thank you for that, Josh. I just feel sorry for anybody who's just tuning into the stream because they're coming in here wishing me a happy birthday, talking about games they're excited for. And I'm like, aliens, you know? It's because I've been streaming for over like 3 hours. So I apologize for that. But thank you, Josh. Thank you. I'm very excited for Wolverine and Saros as well, bro. Aliens. Think about human advancement, though. How long did it take for us to get fire versus how long it took for us to get the atom bomb? Yeah, yeah. That's. I mean, what if like there's another theory, right? I have like a kind of time travel theory. This is my theory. It could probably be broken down like 10 different ways to say that that's not possible. Um, but I don't know. I'm of the mindset that anything's possible because like we think we know, but we really don't know. Boss, bro, what do you not? Boss is like, I can't have you having an existential crisis. Get down. Get down. Get down. No, no. I have to pull your legs to get you. Oh man. You've been busy, you don't mind these subjects either. I mean, this has turned essentially into a members lounge. There's a really good chance that this stream is gonna have to go unlisted or private or something after, because I'm gonna have to do some editing, which I do apologize. It's my fault for watching those clips earlier, but you can slow time by moving at the speed of light. And that's what my theory is, that the aliens we encounter are actually us from the far, 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 far distant future. And the aliens, aka us, are manipulating certain things to change things where they are. They're manipulating things here. Because if you think about it, what you just said, pushing polygons, that's the thing. If you think about the time it took us to create fire, and to harness fire, to where we are now, where we have nuclear nuclear weapons that could literally blow up the entire planet. You can start to imagine like how rapidly, like what happens in the next 100 years? What does the next 300 years look like? What does today look like to a human being 300 years from now? And if you try to like imagine that like through a much longer period of time, humanity thousands of years from now, humanity tens of thousands of years from now, you start to like, because that's the thing, dude. Like we have an understanding right now in the year 2025 that the only way time stops or time can go backwards is you have to, like, the only thing that can basically overcome time, which is what we are bound to, is light. And anything that can move faster than the speed of light, you would have to be able to move faster than the speed of light to time travel, essentially, and to move in and out of time. And as of right now, we have deemed that impossible. So, I would argue that throughout all of human history, we have, we've said this is impossible, that's impossible. And then we eventually realize, like, somebody comes along and you're like, well, actually, check this out. If you think about it, that's essentially what humans have been doing this entire time. So, I'm not, I'm just saying, like, there may be some kind of discovery that we stumble upon that does kind of break our understanding. It's already happened in some regard where, like, we launch the new telescopes and we realize, oh, we were totally wrong. Like, our model of the universe is kind of wrong. We need to figure this shit out. And that's just so funny to me that it's like this whole time we think we know how these things work and how it's all mapped out and all this, and it's just like, nope, you don't. You thought you did, but you don't. Chewing my damn games. So, what about quantum theory and the possibility of faster than light travel instantaneously? Well, that's what I mean. Like, I'm no expert. I don't know shit about quantum physics other than all I know about quantum physics is it's breaking our understanding of shit to a degree.
Did you see the unidentified aerial phenomenon that had Hellfire missiles bounce off of it and just kept flying? There's actually video of it, and it's very interesting.
I saw a YouTube video with that title, and for some reason I didn't click it. Sometimes I think I don't click these things because I'm just like, I can't right now. I'm actually going to look this up because I did see that like trending. UAP Hellfire missile. Let's see. UAP Hellfire missile. I'll bring it up so you guys can check it out too. I do have to hold on. Sorry.
The newly released video captured by a U.S. Reaper drone shows a glowing orb off the coast of Yemen. Suddenly, on the left side of your screen, you see a Hellfire missile zip in, strike that unidentified object, then bounce right off it. When we slow the video down, you see the Hellfire missile continue to travel on its path, that trajectory becoming clearer from this zoomed out angle. Not shown is a second Reaper drone that launched the missile. Congressman Eric Burleson shared the video at a House Oversight Committee on what the military calls unidentified aerial phenomena, better known as UFOs.
That's a Hellfire missile smacking into that UFO and just bounced right off. And it kept going.
It kept going, and it looks like the debris was taken with it.
Yeah, what the hell is that?
We've never seen a Hellfire missile hit a target and bounce off.
Lou Elizondo is a former senior intelligence officer with the Pentagon.
When a Hellfire makes a hit, a kinetic strike on something solid, there's usually not much left of whatever it is it's hitting. It's very, very destructive. What seems to happen is that the missile is either redirected or in some case, perhaps glances off the object and continues on its way.
A recent government report revealed the government received more than 750
some Metal Gear
new
shit,
UAP
bro.
sightings in the
Like, what?
2024 fiscal year, leaving lawmakers digging into the mystery and national security concerns posed by these objects.
Does this video scare you guys? Yes or no?
Yes.
Wiggins?
Yes.
Yes.
Me too. There's a lot of information.
Bro, what? What? Dude, this is literally some Metal Gear shit going on right now. That's crazy. Like that is some crazy footage. It did straight up like bounce off, man. Do we think that aliens got Amelia Earhart? It was the first time for everything. It still doesn't explain what the object is, though. Like, even if you were to say, like, well, maybe this was just some weird thing that could happen with a Hellfire missile that we just never saw before, and this is the first time we're seeing it, it still doesn't explain, like, what the fuck was that object? You know, they never answered about the New Jersey drone problem back earlier this year, did they? I think they did. I think that was some kind of like major test or some shit. I can't remember if it was from the military though. That was dude, that was crazy. Yeah, I remember that. I don't know. I mean, it feels like things are starting to kind of coalesce, you know, and all these things are starting to kind of happen at one time. Like it's fascinating to me that like we're seeing like more evidence than ever before of like, bro, there's like aliens, like just like in like weaving in and out of our planet, you know, and like we have more evidence than ever before, and we're on the precipice of this kind of AI revolution that's going to completely change humanity. And when AI, you know, when AI really reaches that kind of, I guess, event horizon, or it, you know, we really go over the edge, right? It's not just going to change like one aspect of humanity, one aspect of technology, one aspect of everything that we study and do, and it's going to change everything, literally, like every field. So I don't know. I'm not sure. Like if I'm thinking abstractly, if I'm like just going to kind of go out there with theories, I wonder if we're seeing an uptick in activity in terms of like UAPs and UFOs and aliens, and like it seems like we're being visited more frequently. Maybe we're seeing an uptick because they're kind of seeing like, damn, dude, you know, first they split the atom, now they have nuclear warheads and they're capable of destroying themselves. Now they're on the precipice of now they have AI, and that's about to get real. I mean, I don't know. Like, there's this part of me, if I'm like really fantasizing, like I'm really just truly going out there, is like, if we are on the brink of actually like extincting ourselves, that like this alien race just suddenly reveals themselves. And they're like, guys, fuck. Like, we didn't want to have to do this, but we have to do this now. You know? I saw the new Superman movie recently, by the way. I know that's real, but speaking of aliens, didn't enjoy it that much. Gotta be honest. Did not enjoy the new Superman movie that much. But yeah, I'd like wonder if there's going to be like a Superman-like figure that just comes down and is like, so we're going to stop now. We're going to stop. You think I don't think they're going to wipe us out. I don't think it's that. I just like, I don't know. There's almost like a part of me where it's like, we're going to wipe ourselves out and they're going to stop that. But I don't know. I do not know. It's really strange stuff, man. Starting to sound a little crazy. Just a little bit. Just a little bit, bro. If the aliens are real, our tech is way outdated to them, including the AI. Yeah, I mean, well, maybe they just, I mean, there's that, I forget the names of these theories, but there's that other theory that they basically don't see us as a threat, but they just monitor us, you know, in case we eventually do become a threat. And the moment we become a threat, they're going to have to like either, wipe us all out or take us over or something, you know, like prevent us from doing that. But I don't know, man. It's like if what's interesting to me about the concept of aliens is that if they do exist and they are like secretly all around us, or there's like this just advanced life form that's so beyond our comprehension, they know how to, like, they put it does feel like we could be caged and like everything's kind of an illusion. And I know that sounds crazy, but it's like, think about it, where like they're too stupid and dangerous. So we kind of have to isolate them. So we're just going to put them in this little spot here. And then we're going to we're going to make it so they like can't see anything. Like they think they're looking out, but they're just seeing like it's an illusion. Well, that's the truth. Like we are kind of powerless. It's just so interesting to me to think that like we have these telescopes and we can look out and we can see the vastness of the universe. And we're always so perplexed because we're like, man, there's like nothing out there, bro. And it just like doesn't make sense. Well, it's not that there's nothing out there, but it's like I can look at this galaxy. It's like 100 million light years away. And I can try to study it and understand it and observe it. And it's like, yeah, this is all really good stuff we're doing and important stuff. But it's like, do you have any remote idea of what could be out there? Because what we're seeing is a little circle. You know? Well, I mean, they come in different shapes, but like we're looking at a spiral galaxy, 100 million light years away or whatever. But it's like, what does that mean? Like, we know that we exist in a galaxy. We exist in the Milky Way galaxy. We know that we in the Milky Way galaxy are literally less than a grain of sand on a beach. So if that's what we are in our own galaxy and in the universe, there's trillions and trillions of galaxies. Do you see what I'm saying? Like when you start to fathom that, you realize that like, oh, okay. Yeah, so basically anything you think, no matter how abstract or obtuse it might be, probably exists out there somewhere. No joke. Like, it probably exists out there somewhere. And I just find space so fascinating, dude. I find space so fascinating because it's something that's right in front of us that we are not allowed to fully comprehend or understand. And it's just how it is. Like, we don't know. We're trying our best, scientific minds, and, give them a lot of credit. Like, we've gained a lot of answers and we've learned so much. But if we're thinking on a more broad spectrum and we think about if you ask a scientist, like, so all this studying you've done of the universe, is there a God? Like, did we discover our purpose here? Do we know why we're on planet Earth? Like, do we have answers to any of these questions? The answer, and the truth is, no, we don't. We don't have answers to any of those questions. And scientists, no matter how much knowledge they have, they still have to, come up with their own answers for these important questions, just like every other person walking the planet. And to me, that's it. That's interesting. It's like, it doesn't, like, they say knowledge is power, sure, but knowledge doesn't necessarily give you the answers, does it? Not all the time. No matter how knowledgeable we become, as long as we are stuck here. Because, like, that. I guess this is the last thing I'll say. Is like, I'm trying to remember. I don't remember the name. What's the closest galaxy to us? No, hold on. So what is the closest habitable planet to Earth? Sorry about that. So I just want to go over this just to highlight something. So I typed in. I almost said happy birthday to Chris. I meant to say thank you for the happy birthday wishes, Chris. This makes you want to play No Man's Sky. Well, look, if I type in what is the closest habitable planet to Earth, habitable being the key word, that would insinuate. Habitable insinuates that there could be life there. The closest planet with habitable potential is Proxima Centauri b, an exoplanet located just over, you ready for this one? Just over 4 light years away from Earth. Proxima b orbits within the habitable zone of its star, Proxima Centauri, where conditions might allow for liquid water to exist on its surface. However, its habitability is uncertain due to intense radiation from its star, which could strip away its atmosphere. It says rocky planet. Scientists believe Proxima b has a mass similar to Earth's and is likely a rocky planet rather than a gas giant, which could provide a solid surface. Now, what part of this exactly? Tarnished, exactly. You pinpointed it. You're saying 4 light years. My God, that's. It doesn't sound like much because it's like 4. So it's like 4 miles. 4 light years, we cannot comprehend that. We can't comprehend 1 light year. We can't. Let's see. Maybe I'll see if I can put it in the. So how long? How long would it take to travel, not in light speed, from Earth to, let's see. I want to see what it would be. So Proxima Centauri b is 4.2 light years away, which translates to over 20 trillion miles. Our fastest spacecraft, the Voyager 2, would take, and this is the beautiful part. You ready? This is why we are trapped, bro. unless we figure out how to break the universe and break the laws of physics as we know it. If we took our fastest spacecraft and tried to go to this habitable planet that's 4.2 light years away, it would take 75,000 years. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's just, we can't win, bro. We can't win. It would take 75,000 years. So, like, even if we were able to put people into, like, a fucking cryo freeze sleep or some shit, 75,000 years. Like, if we took the Voyager 2 spacecraft and made it, like, so advanced, like, it can only maintain the speed that it currently outputs. It's like we figured out how to cryogenically freeze people. We're going to freeze them. We're going to send them. And if there happens to be, you know, life there, they'll get unfrozen, whatever. Like, bro, by the time it arrived 75,000 years later, we would, who knows? Who knows what humanity would have achieved by then? So it's just...
Happy B-Day World Premiere. Happy B-Day World Premiere. Short banger. Less than 2 minutes. World Premiere. On the
Rich Rod, I'll get you soon. I'll get you in a couple minutes. Let me continue my star talk, bro. My space talk, and then we'll do it. Rich Rod's actually here. 2-minute banger. Thank you for the birthday wishes, bro. Rich Rod Productions. I don't know. We would never know MVG because it would take that. Exactly. See, it breaks down completely. Exactly, Ray. I'm glad you pointed that out. Yeah, we would never know if it ever made it. Because it would take 75,000 years to get there. Then it would take another 75,000 years for the message to fucking reach us that they got there. So it's just not... No, MVP Moss, this is actually the real Rich Rod. That's so funny that Michael did that. So the whole idea of a light year is if you were traveling... So if we left Earth traveling at the speed of light, it would still take a whole 4 years to get to this planet. Even traveling at the speed of light, dude. And there's nothing. To be clear, as of right now, it is deemed impossible for us to have anything that can we don't know how to do that. The closest thing we can get to something traveling the speed of light is through a particle accelerator. And that's when we start to manipulate time. We've observed, I think, through the particle accelerator that, like, we can actually, like, essentially when the particles are accelerated and they start going the speed of light, they, like, stop aging, or, like, they, like, freeze basically in time. And they can actually start going backwards. But those are particles, bro. Like, unless we can figure out how to break ourselves down into particles and then reform. We're talking about some Star Trek shit now. Like, I don't know how we're going to figure that out. I'm going there today, bro. I'm just so fascinated by it. The universe, the most fascinating part about the universe to me is how we are locked away from it. That is, like, I don't know what happens when we die, but one of the coolest things, if we could do it, is, like, you can go anywhere. Instant, like, and like, time doesn't exist anymore. Like, you're able to just have this kind of, like, I want to go anywhere in the universe, and you can just travel to it almost like you're in a fucking menu screen or something in a game. Like, that would be so cool to just see what's out there. Or, maybe you'll just know what's out there. But that, I don't know. This is why talking about this stuff with, like, UAPs and are we being visited by aliens? It makes me think about space. It makes me think about how, like, I'm not trying to downplay the achievements of humanity, but if there is a more advanced species out there, if there is something way beyond us, like, you could understand why, You know, like they're probably laughing at us or something. Not laughing, but they're just like, yeah, these guys are like, we're like, to them, we're still basically in the Stone Age. You know, it's like we're not. And maybe AI is what will change that. It's hard to say. Something going on with AI that I think we're going to figure out. We're going to learn something about AI. I think something's going to present itself with AI that no human being has predicted. I'm not saying it'll be bad either. I'm just saying I think we're going to create something. I think we are in the process of creating something that we don't know what it is exactly. And there's going to be something that's revealed by it or with it that nobody is prepared for. And then again, it could be a great thing. It could be the best thing we ever do. I don't know. It's going to be some. Life is strange, man. I don't know. Life is very strange. Once I start going down that rabbit hole of deep thought, man, this is why, you know. Oh, by the way, and this is some funny shit. I guess it kind of relates because I was going to talk about like this is why people go on like DMT trips and take ayahuasca and stuff. In that movie Friendship that I referenced earlier that I was telling you I saw last night, the dude was so depressed and he like met up with this drug dealer who was like, pay me $100 and I'll let you. I forget the name. It's like a toad that excretes a hallucinogen, and you lick the toad, and it sends you on a trip. Apparently, I think I've heard of this before. I don't know what it's called though, but this is a real thing. Like this toad is real. I forget the name of it, and this is like a real thing people do. And in the movie, he was like desperate and he like didn't know what to do. His life was falling apart, and he's like, all right, I'll pay the $100. And this guy was like, you're gonna go on a trip like you've never experienced. It's time to meet God. And the dude licks the toad, and he's like, I'm gonna lay you down. And this is like in the back room of like a store or some shit. And he's like, I'm gonna go get my lunch. I'll be back. You know, just sit back and enjoy the ride. And it shows the trip he went on, and it was so stupid. He was in a Subway. He just went to a Subway in his trip and ordered a sandwich. And then like it ends the scene, and then you see the guy waking up, and the drug dealer's there's like, welcome back, man. So how was it? How was your trip? What did you learn? And he's like, I went to a Subway. And he's like to get food? And he's like, yeah. Like, well, what did you learn there? And he's like, I ordered a sandwich. It's like, oh, well, did you get the answers you were looking for? And he's like, no, that fucking toad ripped me off. That sucked. Like, that shit is funny, man. Mr. B, you saw it? Okay, somebody saw it. That movie was great. I really enjoyed that movie. That was like one of the better movies I've seen in a long time. It was so funny. It's like such a. I'm telling you, man, that movie's got to be studied. That movie I got to show you a scene from this movie. I'm going to show you a scene from it, and this will be the last thing I show, and then we'll get some reps and we'll wrap this up. Hold on, see if I can find it. So the context, before I show you this scene, the context of this scene is in the movie, this guy, you're going to see a guy sitting behind a drum set. The movie's called Friendship. The context of this scene is in the movie, he befriends this guy, and he befriends Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd is the friend, and Paul Rudd is like so cool. He's so cool, and he knows all these things, and he's getting along well with this guy. The main character of the movie, who's played by Tim Robinson, is like a weirdo. He's just like a weirdo and kind of like an idiot. And so he's like kind of shocked that he's friends with this really cool guy. And Paul Rudd takes him into the sewer system and helps him like, he's like, I'm going to show you something cool. And he's like taking him through the sewer system, and he takes him into like City Hall, and they like sneak into City Hall. Later in the movie, this guy, the character, Tim Robinson, he's like, I'm going to do this with my wife. So because he thinks he's cool too now. So he takes his wife into the sewer system, and she's like, what the fuck? I don't want to go in there. He's like, no, trust me, this is going to be awesome. And they get into a little fight, and he's like, you go on ahead without me, I'll catch up. And she ends up getting lost in the sewer system. Literally completely lost. And and the cops have to go searching for her and everything, and they find her. And I have to give you this context for the scene, because if I don't give you the context for the scene, you have no idea what's happening. And so what you're going to see is now there's like an after party going on after his wife is rescued, and they're kind of celebrating the fact that she was saved. So keep this context in mind as I bring this up. But this scene had me dying. I was watching this last night with Mrs. MBG, and we were cracking up. The best fucking part, dude, I'm telling you guys, watch this fucking movie, dude. Like, the best part is he didn't know, like, this guy was not in the movie. The guy that he was just talking to him and he was yelling with, he wasn't in the movie. He was just in this scene. He just like showed up. This is why he's like, who are you? It's so fucking funny, man. Oh, man. Is this a video of you at home? Yeah. Yeah, this is what happens to me. I wasn't expecting that. Dude, that scene caught me so off guard. Like, I was fucking dying when I saw this scene. It caught me so off, because it starts out so normal, you know? And they're like, yeah, they're just shooting the shit. They're just talking. Get the fuck out. Who are you? Amazing movie. Amazing. Yeah, dude, I don't know. I'm going to be thinking about this movie for a while. Dude, Mr. B. So you saw this movie? Dude, the scene where he started eating the soap. Dude, that was so hard to watch, man. Where he like fucked up and he's like trying to say sorry to everybody. And he just starts eating the soap. Oh my God. You guys got to see this movie. It's so good. But we got to get some reps in. We've been streaming for a long time. All right, let me what, Irfan, are you still here? What was that song you wanted me to listen to, by the way? I'll play he puts on the thermal goggles. Yeah, dude. There's so many amazing scenes in this movie. Like, I haven't seen a movie like this in, I don't think ever. Like, it's just so good. It's so good, man. It's a shame my dad isn't around anymore, because like my dad had a very specific sense of humor, where like there was like a certain type of character and a certain type of humor in like comedy movies that he would look for, and his favorite type of humor was like idiot characters who don't realize they're idiots and keep doing idiotic things. Oh man, he would have fucking loved this movie. This would have been one of his all-time favorites. Shit's so funny. Tectonic Terror. All right, here's what we'll do, Irfan. We'll play Rich Rod's song first. He says it's short, 2 minutes. And I'm not going to lift to that one. And I'll play yours, Tectonic Terror. So hold on, let me Rich Rod, what's your Twitter again? Or is it on one of my posts? The band is called Accept. Wait, just, is this the band? Yo, is this about to be real bad? Irfan, is this actually good music, or did you just recommend me bad music? All right, hold on, let me, Rich saying, AMN Rich. All right, let me see. All right, so, okay, it's under the Wolverine one. Oh, Happy B-Day, MB Gangsta. Okay, that's appropriate. I don't know, maybe I will have to lift to that one. All right, I don't know if I'm going to listen to this whole song, Irfan, but we'll check it out. I'm into metal. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it sounds. I'll play a little bit of it. Oh, yeah, Mr. Bean. Mr. Bean was a classic. Are we good now? That was weird. It wasn't actually muted. Something happened to my mic. It just literally turned off. I think we're good now. I'll wait for confirmation. We're good? Okay. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know what caused that. Well, what I was trying to say, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was muted. What I was trying to say is, bro, that song was really good and way better. Way better than I expected. The band is called Accept. So I liked it. But while that was playing, we had Titus come in and he dropped a $70 direct donation, dude. Titus came in with a $70 direct dono. And I'll replay it because I don't think it came through when the song was playing. And Shems comes in and drops another member gift. Shems isn't finished. He says, I got one more for you at the end to make it 32. And he brings us to 121. And yeah, guys, if you want to drop anything more.
Happy birthday, MBG.
Now
Here's
would be
a
the
small
time.
gift from your birthday twin to buy a new game. Smile, just got home from my birthday party and saw your stream. Peace sign emoji.
Oh, you got home from your birthday party, bro. Well, happy birthday. We are twins. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. Titus, thank you so much for that, bro. That's extremely kind of you. You guys have been so generous today, and I really, really appreciate it. We have an amazing community. And Garrett comes in. Garrett comes in and drops another single. He says, let's get another single train going before we wrap it up here today. But yeah, if you guys want to drop anything more, literally do it in the next 60 seconds because we're going to be wrapping this up. This was a long stream, and I got to let you guys know that I cannot guarantee that this stream is going to be up after this. I got to be more kids. If it's not up after this, it's my fault, and I apologize. This is what happens when I start watching videos, man. I can't help it. I want to share some of the stuff with you guys and react to it, but what I will try to do, I don't know if it'll let me. What I will try to do is repost it, but I'll have to edit out like the songs and the reaction parts with videos. Let me see here. So Garrett and Shems, thank you guys for the single member gifts. We're at 122 members, guys. You absolutely annihilated it. We do have one more song to play, though. Rich Rod's world premiere. This one is titled Happy B-Day, MB Gangsta. And Titus, again, man, thank you so much for the $70 direct donation. I really do appreciate that, man.
Happy birthday, you twisted king! What do you want? What chaos you bring? Jez and Colt in a wedding ring. Off the streams, let the silence sting. Xbox dies tonight! Yeah, Xbox dies tonight! Xbox dies tonight! PlayStation stands tall in the fight. No more wokeness, no more lies. Colt and Jez cry, cry, cry. Colt and Jez cry, cry, cry. Graves dug deep in a digital hell, testing tombstones where the castles fell. No green light, no future to sell. Sony's flag raised high, we yell. Laughing while they fall apart. Jazz and Colt with broken hearts. Xbox dies tonight. Yeah, Xbox dies tonight. PlayStation stands tall in the fight. No more wokeness, no more lies. Colt and Jez cry, cry, cry. Colt and Jez cry, cry, cry. Crying like babies, bawling in pain. No more streams, no digital rain. Retire forever, cast to the void. MB Gangsta's will has been deployed. Has been deployed.
Well, there we go. Rich Rod, dude. I should have known. I should have known a song titled, what was it? Happy Birthday, MB Gangsta. The chorus is Xbox dies tonight. Xbox dies tonight. Well, thank you for that, Rich Rod, and thank you guys for all of the birthday wishes. Um, that's your favorite one so far, Miku fan? Yeah, it was a good one. It was a good one. Well, Rich says anything for you. I appreciate it, man. I think this will be a good place to wrap it up, though. We've been streaming for over 4 hours. It was a good birthday stream. I tried to keep it. Well, Irfan, to be clear, if it is taken down, it's going to be because things have to be edited out, and it should be back up. It might end up showing up in the video section though, so just be on the lookout for that. But yeah, I don't want to take it down. I got to be more careful. I always say this. I got to be more careful about what I react to, but then I always end up reacting to something that catches YouTube's gaze. So I'll find out probably within 30 minutes after the stream ends. But I tried to talk about gaming today a little bit. I think we did. We talked about gaming throughout the stream, but yeah, I let it be just a little bit different, a little bit more free flowing since it's a birthday stream. Yeah, and we'll see what we could do. There's basically two different types of edits. There's automatic edits that can be done. If I can do the automatic edits, it'll be able to stay up as a stream, and you guys won't know any different. If it doesn't let me edit it automatically, though, I may have no choice but to manually edit it. And if I have to manually edit it, it's going to have to be re-uploaded in its entirety. I hope I don't have to do that. That's what I want to avoid. But we'll see what happens. This is what happens when I get too loose, start reacting to shit I shouldn't. But yeah, thank you guys so much. Seriously, before I wrap it up, I have to give a massive shout out to this community. We hit 122 members, which is colossal. And I really can't thank you guys enough for that support. Got a lot of direct donations, some big direct donations, super chats, and pretty much everything today, the whole shebang. So, just want to once again make it known that you guys are the sponsors of the channel. You guys make it possible for me to even do anything here that I do on YouTube, and I'm very thankful for that. So, thank you for helping make this a good birthday. And yeah, I'm gonna, I guess, chill out for the rest of the day, try to enjoy the rest of my birthday. And tomorrow's October 1st. I will be back tomorrow with another stream and hopefully a video. I want to try to get some more videos out there. But tomorrow we'll talk all about Ghost of Yote and whatever other news may come up. But I definitely want to talk about Ghost of Yote since it's the day before launch. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I also want to give a shout out to Devil Shooter, who does the timestamps for the streams. So if you guys see Devil Shooter in the comments with those timestamps, give him some thanks, show him some love. I know he really appreciates it. Pushing Polygons are saying, MBG, one last thing. There's a story on a wandering planet coming to the solar system. Now that's crazy. Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Thank you, Pushing Polygons. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. Hit that like button on your way out, and I will see you guys in the next one, hopefully tomorrow. So make sure you have notifications on, and that's it. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Rich Rod. You could just Michael Pachter next. There we go. All right, guys. Until next time, take care, everyone.